When we last left off, our intrepid heroes ventured into the town of Karnthold. They gathered some information about hydras and upcoming bomb detonations, and then went to pursue Annika Kasner, the heir of the ghostly witch in the tower basement. You found her in the tower of Meridia, a Taeleer witch who is living above an illusory old catfolk witch in the woods. It turns out she's interested in this hydra for its heart, which she believes can help her to create some powerful regenerative magics. Annika tried to get it, but alas, it seems the hydra overpowered her, and you found her quite beat up and resting in Annika's tower. Frida gave her a little magical puppy upper and got her back on her feet, and you have decided to accompany her off on the quest to slay the Hydra.
And in return, she'll return with us to Annika. No,
Yes.
no, not Annika.
To Carla.
Carla Kasner.
Her great grandma. 2 greats.
Great grandma.
Yes. At that point, you just call him grandma, I think.
There hits a point where you just give up.
Yep. And so, yes, that is where we pick up. It is the morning of the next day. And those of you who stayed in the tower, along with Annika, are making your way downstairs across the many curving staircases, past several floors that are all locked off to you, but behind several of them you notice now that you can hear strange noises, perhaps other creatures Meridia has captured, prowling about.
I'm not gonna probe. I made sure to prepare all my spells appropriately.
Yes, good. And my dog is barking uproariously in the other room.
You know,
Excited to be a dog!
I'm going to ask Meridia before we leave.
Okay.
If she has any information on a certain fairy man we are trying to track down.
Ah, you're interested in the necromancer.
Yeah, I figured a big, powerful mage like Meridia might, I don't know, maybe she's felt something.
Well, let's pull you guys over to the map screen for a moment.
Maybe it's me.
I know that motherfucker was in this area, has been in this area. Not in here, but within within like 60 miles of here.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't know where he's gone since.
Yeah, so
We'll
Meridia
fucking
will
find.
say that once the necromancer retreated, I felt a great deal of powerful magics emanating from the west. The foothills and mountains there are unexplored, left untouched by mortal hands for many centuries now. It's a dangerous place, full of ruins and caves. Monsters own that land.
Well, bollocks.
Is it dangerous to go alone?
Take this.
I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself.
Whip out your dick. I can tell you with some certainty that he is not all that far away from Karnthold. I've sensed the undead in the west, more and more of them every day.
In the west.
Mm-hmm. So she's indicating somewhere in like this area.
I mean, oh, that's not good. Damn this motherfucker. Okay, so well, we're going to be going west to do this, and then
Soon. Hydra and then bomb time.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
Hydra
But
and the
here's the
bomb.
thing, though. What happens if you set off a magical nuclear device and there's some dead there?
I would assume they'd be vaporized.
Yeah, but what happens to those that bask in the fucking glorious sun?
In the radiation
magic.
thereafter.
Yeah.
Is this actually a fucking nuke?
We don't know if that's a thing, so...
Yeah, you guys don't know anything about this bomb, other than it's probably going to be pretty big.
This a thing like this has never even gone off, so we don't even know if we don't know if there's any. I don't even know if there's no way of knowing if what's his name. If
really doesn't even know what's going to happen.
He doesn't know.
He
He did maths.
Okay.
The maths said the explosion would be big and deep, but that's it.
Okay,
Much
guys,
like his dick.
Think about that. Think about that for 2 fucking seconds. They did the exact same thing for the Manhattan fucking project. They did the math for it.
I mean,
You're forgetting that part as well. And not only that, he's using Residium, crystalline magic, to start it.
Oh, we know.
By the way, I want to point out that I'm fucking terrified that the Savin asked ... You guys sold the entire Residium belt to Royal Treasury, didn't you? I'm just waiting for them to be like, we can also do nukes. Fuck yeah! And then it's just magical nuclear proliferation.
Yeah, I mean we don't have that marble anymore.
Yeah, the other Residium got delivered by what's his fucking name?
Yeah,
Jerry or
so
Gerald?
if you recall, a single grain of Residium, like a grain of sand, was enough to completely destroy Haskern's tower in Fort Scar.
I'm
like,
so excited for that pearl to go off, dude.
How much is he using in this?
You don't know. Nobody asked.
We have
He
no
did the
fucking
math.
idea. Like,
You know that
grains of
at least
sand.
like a shard of Residium, like several grains, was delivered to him by your merchant friend.
he did the math. Let's assume that he's not going to try to nuke the fucking planet.
well, let's put it this way: Cardenfold is the home of Residium on this fucking continent.
No, it's silver.
Yeah,
No,
this is
it's
the silver
Residium
mine.
too, right?
Not
where's
for a
the rest of
long,
Residium?
long time. They are not mining Residium here. They are mining silver.
No, Mordenhall. You're thinking of Mordenhall.
Yes.
you
Well,
mean?
also,
Yes.
again, not for a very long time. Like, there are very few places where you can get like raw Residium anymore. It's mostly been
God,
used
if
up.
only someone blew off a tree of Residium.
No, but here's the thing though. Mordenhall was one of the sources, if I remember correctly, for mining of that.
Yes,
That
way
shit
back
sort
when.
of that shit sort of collapsed after a lot of shit, and then the dwarves more than likely weren't gonna allow, goblins and hobgoblins to let them repay, so they probably collapsed everything as far as they could when they, got GTFO'd out of Mordenhall or died.
No, they had long
And-
since run out of Residium. Like, all right, Residium was
but they
mined
were-
like over 1,000, many thousands of years ago. Like,
Yeah.
imagine
like
trying to find
something.
oil in 5,000 years after people have been using fossil fuels. That's
keep
finding new Residium.
We keep saying it's gonna run out, but we keep finding more.
Yeah, here's the thing though, the North Sea oil deposit that Norway has was one of the largest in the world. Here's the problem though, like last year or like 2 years ago, they find a subterranean access, like the North Sea oil deposit, they found there is one that is about 2 to 3 times larger that connects to it right underneath it. At the rate we're consuming, just that deposit that we have now will only last us about 700 years.
I feel like we got distracted so hard.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's...
So suffice to say, yeah, nobody is mining Residium here. They are mining not the raw essence of magic. They are mining the raw essence of the economy, which is to say, silver.
Yeah, I mean, I'm delighted. I can't wait. I can't wait for this explosion. I'm so excited. I'm so happy that we get to be a part of this.
I'm so
It
worried.
should be something. Hopefully we are far enough away to enjoy it.
The only reason I'm even remotely worried as well is because I was still logged in when I saw Savin doing test rolls for Haskin himself.
Yeah. Well, I finally made him a character sheet.
Meta.
Well, yay.
Oh well.
If you're also interested, I made a character sheet for Brumac Barnholt, the leader of the trading company.
Oh, no, I mean, he's not very good, is he?
And Jally. Basically everybody who...
Jally!
Womp. So
Oh,
basically everybody who lives in Cardenfold has character sheets, if I think they'll ever
That's
need them.
cute.
Well, I can't find them. I'll find the Haskell one that exists just potions.
If you scroll up past that block of hex, I don't know, did you reset the chat? Because I've just been looking for a
No.
while.
The only thing I tested from Haskern was his bomb and his potions.
His bomb and his potion. I like that you did a tab that's just which potion is he fucking using. That's neat.
Yee.
It's really neat. Although I feel like you should probably have done the healing ones in double brackets.
Oh, my friend. I have that, I can do that in
Did you
another
do that in
action.
the end?
Yeah.
Oh,
This is
okay,
just to
right, you
show
just have a
what your
potion tab.
options are.
Right. Okay. No, that's fine then.
Coolio.
Yeah, I saw that and thought, that 44 plus 4 should just be numbers. I don't know. Oh, fair enough.
Anyways, before we were distracted from talk
Yes.
of finite resources and nuclear explosions.
Right. So, setting aside the talk of the bomb, because you don't really know anything about what's going on there.
Right.
Besides raw excitement at being a part of watching it.
Yes, like the entire dwarven population is rock hard right now. Yeah. So what's
Yeah, all of Cardenthal is rocking at least half mast. Ready for an explosion, be it from fear or otherwise.
Shush you.
so what is your game plan here? Do you want to do the Hydra, then go to Cardenthal? Do you want to level up at some point?
Hydra, Cardenthal.
I think as much as we would like to level up, we would like to do Hydra, Cardenthal, level up, and then Silver? I think that's what we said before, at least.
Wasn't
that was the plan. We go fucking raid the Hydra. We go back to Cornhole, level the fuck up, go watch the fuck. Because
Yeah,
that's
every-
why they postponed it 2 days, remember?
Yes,
I
we
read-
asked to postpone their explosion.
Yeah,
For a
it's not
little
even
bit.
supposed to
We'd
be
be
for,
there
like,
with them soon.
For a few
That 2 days. 2 days what was that we needed.
Yep.
So that we'll have time enough to get there.
Yep.
Stop. No.
We went through this last session and got cleared and everything.
Yes.
Aspen was a little bit sad, but it was for like slightly
He
less
did it
sad.
since we were the ones who helped him find it anyways. He was willing to take that bullet.
As in chat
So, yeah,
says
we're
that
going
you
to go
only
to Hydra
rushed
right
because
now.
you thought the Amazon was in danger. Yeah, but at the same time, we don't want to do our level up just randomly at a witch's tower. Just
I
get
mean,
on
you
with our
can't do it
shit.
here. You'd have to go back to Cardenthal.
Exactly. Yeah, like going from tower to Cardenthal to level up to the Hydra to back to Cardenthal to then on to the place seems like just not what we would do.
Also,
As
I
much
know
as
it's-
leveling up would be
so-
nice.
Boop.
Also, I know it's kind of pointless to ask,
Boop.
but are we sure we trust the random mage with a Hydra heart to do Lord knows what
Yes.
with? How,
Yeah,
Why,
she's a
why
sweetie pie.
would we? She's been nothing but polite and nice to us so far. We have no reason to distrust her in any way.
You know, despite the fact that she just lied to us in her face when we first came over. But anyways,
I mean, she did a thing that I, as Kreshia, would do
Wait,
immediately
wait.
without a single doubt.
DTL, are you saying the magic user that lives in a fucking former hobgoblin territory used magic to make sure that we were safe?
to make sure she was safe, I feel like would be the was
Yes,
what she was.
she was
That
safe.
you were not a
Certainly.
danger to her.
Look,
Yeah.
if she's to protect herself, she's far in the right. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
Just because
it's,
she
it's,
had
it's hard for Kreshia to blame her because literally all that character did was something that Kreshia would have immediately done to everybody else
All I'm
as
saying
well
is
if
just
she were in
'cause-
that position.
Self-preservation is rational. It doesn't instantly make you okay.
Hmm.
But I know I'm out-argued on this, so we're getting her the Hydra heart.
Indeed. But then DTL, comparison. Leave your door unlocked.
I mean, hey, a politician walks his door. It doesn't mean I'm going to treat him like he's a good guy.
Yeah, but a politician also makes anti-gay campaign whilst snorting cocaine.
Anyway.
Boner.
So, as you leave Meridia's tower, you are,
Oh god.
after a couple of hours, very quickly pelted by an oncoming shitstorm of rain. In the span of about 30 minutes, it goes from a fairly nice, calm day, actually getting kind of warmer again, and then the black clouds roll in, and it starts pissing rain.
Oh yeah,
God, what is this? Bolts in the north?
Yeah.
Who ruined the day?
What is it going to take to invent the umbrella?
Umbrellas exist, you just haven't bought one.
Do they?
Yeah.
Are parasols a
Sick
thing?
stuff. I wear
Yes.
a very big hat because I'm a smart girl.
I've
Favorite
trained,
parasols a thing?
I've trained to be
Yes.
resistant to the rain.
We had them back in 72.
I'm asking the dungeon master.
I'm just looking to see when they were invented. Calm down. And apparently they've been around since like the 5th century BC, so yes, you can get an
Wow.
umbrella.
Fuck, wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah,
like
Really?
that
That
in the
far? Fuck.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah,
Originally,
the
umbrellas were made to keep out the
Egyptians had.
sun, but yes, like they.
Oh, I mean, yeah, okay, that makes sense.
But yes, you can get an
The
umbrella.
weather umbrella's been around since the 10th century. It was a strip of leather on a stick, effectively, but it fucking stops you from getting rained on.
People
I
like
need a
And
parasol.
our technology level is like 1400, so there you go.
I need a parasol.
Yeah, but samurai were fucking retarded.
Paper makes a very poor umbrella.
It's good against the sun.
Yeah,
Which,
but nothing
again,
else.
Yes.
Excuse me, are you all insulting the integrity of the Japanese folded?
I'm sure their steel was glorious.
They
and
folded
they
that
got
paper
it
5,000
many
times.
Okay,
It
okay,
wasn't
sorry.
very
I
good
couldn't
at
help
all.
myself. No more
God
respect.
damn it.
Let's go fight
Sorry,
back.
your weeb detail. Rein in your weebness.
Alright, anyway, Jesus, this session's off to a good start.
I'm happy.
Alright.
I'm also fucking drunk. I
You're
finished all the beer I bought. God damn it. It's
Alright.
gone. I just picked up a can, it's empty.
So yeah, Kreshia and Annika both, like, pull down the hems of their big, floofy witch hats, and you
Yep.
trudge through the rain. Right to the cove in which you expect to meet the Hedrah. On the
I've
way,
already
Annika says, so before we get there, a couple of things to know about this Hedrah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. What's it like? Like, what kind of hydra is this?
Yeah, so when I got there, there were a bunch of dead dwarves around. I guess they were the last expedition to try and kill it.
Yeah, they
they-
said they've been trying to get rid of this thing for a while.
Yeah. They'd set up a ballista, actually, on the coast, and
Hmm.
had loaded up with fire arrows. So I thought, oh great, I'll just take that and wait for the Hydra to show up and snipe it. Well, I shot it with a flaming bolt, and its heads grew back immediately.
That's not supposed to happen, though.
No, it's not. And I think that's why I found a lot of dead dwarves.
Wait, is it like... She looks in her book, open up her black book and 60 pages. If they regenerate the same way, they could be like the trolls.
You think
Just
acid
sure
might
you
do a
could-
better good job, but we don't have any.
I tried acid too. The thing didn't even flinch at that.
Did you try lightning?
Zanza's eyes light up.
No, I tried fire, I tried thunder, and then I tried acid. And she'll flick her hand
Well-
forward and create like a little ball of energy. I've got a lot of
Well,
elemental
ways
versatility.
North, maybe it's only southern hydra that are affected by fire. Maybe northern hydras are affected by cold.
Northern hydras.
It could be.
It's a possibility. I mean, the reality is, it could just very well be that dealing enough damage to like that big core Hydra body would be the main way to make its threat. Of course, while it's got a whole bunch of heads spitting death at us for goodness knows how long, it's dangerous. the body seems like the reasonable place to start dealing all the hurt out.
Hey, Savin.
Mm-hmm.
How long would it take me to get to Carnival if it was just Zanza running?
What's your movement speed? 60?
65.
Okay, so you're slightly faster than a horse. So to get to Carnthold, it would take you like 2/3 of a day. After you get here, which is already taking up a day.
Would it be wise to wait 2 days for Zanza to go report this information to the dwarves and see if they have any information as to what type of hydra this might be? Because they might be thinking they're fighting one type of hydra that's just for some reason killing all the dwarves and not know
Wait.
about this. Because nobody
Wait.
mentioned it.
Wait.
Mhm.
She took the book.
Oh, yeah, that's right, you book thief.
Yeah,
Zanza
no,
will
the-
point to her.
Annika will kind of look askance. Huh? What?
You stole the
Yeah,
book
yeah,
from the
whatever.
library about hydras.
Is there anything useful in there that might be about why it doesn't give a massive fuck about fire or acid damage, my dear?
Alright, first of all, I borrowed the book. It's a library. And
I
secondly,
called it stealing when we went to go check with them,
That's not that
sweetheart.
kind of a library.
well, they should put a sign up.
I
Yeah,
think they
and-
do.
They do. Anyway, moving on from that point, we'll get it back to them when we return to Carden Thord successful. Was there anything about hydras that don't give a shit about fire or acid?
Well, no, that's the thing. There's only supposed to be one kind of hydra. Whatever this thing is, it's some kind of mutant. And
And
I
the book-
think I might know why.
Sure, shoot.
Alright, and I'm just, guessing here. But Carnthold used to be, thousands of years ago, a residium mine, before it switched to being silver, right?
Yeah.
What if this hydra's tapped into that residium and has just gone fucking wild?
It's
You're
then I
thinking,
juiced
like,
up on a bunch of magic.
yeah.
Yeah, I think it might have eaten some sort of magical core, like a big shard of residium that was sitting at the bottom of the lake, and it started just changing. Because it was immune to fire, it was immune to acid, and then when it...
No, it's a
The dwarves I saw were all kinds of messed up. Their skin was, like, twisted and bursting. Not like it was breathing fire on them, but...
But it was like breathing energy at them. Not even an
Yeah.
element, but just energy.
Low be it for me to cast doubt upon our party's capabilities, but if this thing is a mythical creature hyped up on a magical stone, we might not have any chance of killing it by just our
But if we kill it, maybe we can cut it open and find out what it ate.
If we can kill it. This is sounding more and more dangerous. Even I think we shouldn't be going into this unprepared.
Nah, I mean,
Well, we know what.
prepared-ish.
Well, we know what won't work. And that's acid, fire, and what
Yeah.
else?
Can I glean any kind of insight out of this new information with the 14? I don't know.
With a 14, I don't think so. I think you need to actually, like, observe the Hydra at work to really be able to
Okay.
get any insight into its operation.
Understandable. I would at least like to see this Hydra. If we have to back away and deal with it another day, that's fine. We can go to Carden Thord, get prepared, and then just come back like a week later and fuck its day up. But we should at least go see it, guys.
Hey, Kreshia, I have an idea.
Yeah?
What would happen if we used that Thrall of the Deep on, like, not a person, but, like, just an animal?
I mean, I have the ritual. I feel a
So
little
do
bit weird
I.
about... I feel it'd be a little bit weird about using it, but I could. I don't think I could... Like, it's very specifically, like, a humanoid is turned into a sharky person, though?
Hmm.
I'll look her across the
suppose that's
group. By the way,
true.
if any of you want to be shark people, you're welcome to it. I figured out how to do it without making you all my mind-broken slaves.
No,
That's
thanks.
So I
Sad.
was just thinking if maybe we could turn, like, an animal into some kind of cannon fodder to throw at the Hydra
Yeah.
to see what it does.
No, I would have to use people, and that's pretty morally...
Yeah, that wouldn't be
no.
good at all.
Yeah. As I say though, if you guys want like sharky features or like gills or shit,
No thanks.
give me
I
like
use
a
lightning.
day to work on you and some pearls, I'm fucking set. I can do that.
I use lightning. Bat and water do not tend to agree.
If lightning doesn't work, does what did you
thunder.
use? What did she use on
Thunder.
it? What did Carly use on it? Thunder. You used thunder.
Okay,
Thunder,
Savin,
acid, and fire didn't work.
okay, real quick, I have to ask again, is there a distinction between thunder and lightning?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Fucking...
And,
One is
thunder
sonic,
just
one
sonic.
is like
Okay, I wish they would just
Oh.
call the other one Sonic.
'Cause Sonic's a dumb name and
No,
Thunder's
but-
a fantasy name.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
Sonic
if
doesn't
it's
sound as
Sonic, it has
cool.
to go fast.
I understand that thunder and lightning actually are two different things in real life, but it's I don't know. In terms of magic, I just kind of see them as the same thing.
Clearly, they should just combine them into one damage type called Storm.
Okay,
Storm
PCL,
damage.
PCL.
Yes.
Okay, the visual difference is the Flash and Thor. Thunder, lightning. See?
Yes.
Sadly, most of my power is in fire, but I do have a little bit of some lightning, and some force.
Radiance.
I have one thing that does that. I really wish I could get some time to figure out how to convert some of my other spells into radiance.
Okay. Well, first we at least need to scout this Hydra and see just how fuck crazy it is. So, Zanza Express
So who's-
backup plan?
We need a fast fate.
I mean, I don't see. I guess it might be a risk. Okay, so you could turn it. Fuck. Frida, thank fucking God. Frida can turn invisible, and Zanza could be far back ready to grab away Frida in case this thing can see through invisibility. I guess it doesn't really matter if we don't see the thing in action, though, so nah, never mind.
Well, here's the thing. Frida is quite skilled in... skilled. Okay, what's the word again? She knows Arcana a bit, because party magic and bullshit, the usual.
Okay, so here's the question: then. Do we want to just send somebody invisible who can study it up close, or do we want to get it to do something in combat and then judge based off of kind of that meta knowledge?
I mean, I'm capable of doing so. I prepared invisibility. I can approach and take a look at the old thing, but I don't know if that's going to give us information that trying to fight it wouldn't.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah,
Start.
so I think when you're having this conversation, you arrive at the cove itself, and Annika will put a hand up and say, "You might want to keep quiet. The thing prowls nearby."
Alright. Let's see if we've got anything useful in the old baggie. I'll also tack down a little bit of ration. Okay. Alright. I mean, I've got a potion of water breathing if things get particularly bad. But I don't really have anything useful for, hydra bait.
By the way, is it still raining up a fuck storm?
Yes, it is pissing. Hence
Shouldn't
why
that
it's so
both-
hard to see in here.
No, shouldn't that also both help and hinder our hearing?
It certainly hurts your hearing. Yeah, it's
Why would
mean,
it help it?
Because I mean, help us as in if the sea creature, for whatever reason, has normal hearing, it shouldn't be able to hear us as well as we approach it, or as we're talking.
yeah. I guess that works both ways. So yeah, in the rain, all ranged attacks outside of 30 feet have disadvantage, and you have disadvantage on perception checks pretty much at all.
So rain is perfect for skullduggery.
But, yeah, perception, but there's also, if we just keep low and make sure to check for the ground, because a Hydra weighs a metric fuck ton.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so a Hydra is a very heavy beast. A heavy magical beast, but it's still monstrous size. So
assume
any step it takes would be felt quite easily.
Assuming it steps on land, it doesn't just pop up in the water. It's like, sup, fuckers?
I
Possible.
heard you were talking shit like I couldn't hear you, ass.
Sup, fuckers? Heard you talking shit. Blah. But yes,
Before anyone gets into a fight, I'm gonna cast Mage Armor on Merisiel.
Alright.
Because, holy shit. Look, if it's the Dark Souls Hydra, I can handle that shit. I can walk casually towards the edge of the fucking river and then kill it to death while it fails to hit me for an entire fight. It's not the same thing.
this ain't Dark Souls.
But yes, I'm gonna Mage Armor Merisiel, because of fucking course.
Alright.
Have Mage Armor, yay!
I think
Marcus.
Annika will follow suit.
Are there any corpses around?
Not where you're standing.
Marcus,
Yeah, what's up?
I want to ask you for a favor.
Sure,
Oh.
go ahead.
I want you to take points. I'll be right behind you in case things go bad.
Yeah, that'd probably be okay. Just to clarify though, we are fighting near water and I still can't swim, so be aware.
That's why I'm going to make sure to be your vanguard. I promise
Okay.
to put my life on the line if you fall in the water. I won't abandon you to the Hydra. We need to figure out how strong it is, and you're the only one who can probably take a hit from the thing. We don't know yet, really.
Sure, sounds super. Let's go.
Zanza will follow some distance behind Marcus, just to make sure any breath weapon.
Gosh, you guys be careful. Oh, I'm just gonna take. I'm just gonna
To
take
be
it out.
clear, it's super dark and I'm having difficulty seeing through all this rain. I don't think a torch is gonna hold its flame and
Honestly,
this
since
stuff.
I'm not using a torch for once, oh. Well, Zanza's still gonna try to stealth from Vanguard.
Bounce, 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 bounce.
Cast light on Marcus so you can see.
Gosh, you guys be careful.
Is Marcus emanating light, or is he still super dark?
oh well, I suppose I could do this. I'll go ahead and use my channel divinity and start emanating light from my sword.
Alright, what's the radius on that?
30 feet, and then I think 30 feet past that for
Okay.
dim, or maybe it's 15, 15. I don't know, let me check. Dynamic light.
Yeah, boy.
20 foot bright light, 20 foot dim light beyond that.
Alright, so 40, 20. Cool.
Ah, that's much better. Alright, let's take a look. What do we got? This lake. It's actually really tiny. I was expecting something a lot bigger. So there's supposed to be a hydra in here, huh?
Right. Marcus, wait a bit.
I'm not seeing anything here. Oh, wait. That was just a little guy. We got the real thing over here. Yeah, I see the ballista. And I see some blood that has not washed away somehow, despite, the rain.
Yeah,
That's
that
weird.
blood looks quite fresh, actually. And
Oh, good.
it's-
He's already eaten. That means he won't expect us to come up on him. And/or he's full.
Right, Kreshia isn't moving at all. Are you gonna just stay in the fuck back, or is just not gonna join up?
I mean, do you guys want an XP penalty for having 1,000,000 companions?
No.
Then Yuna's gonna stay back there.
Do we? Okay.
You
Okay,
have
But
your 2
Kreshia
companion
should
slots
probably
filled up.
follow along.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
back.
but-
Sorry, I'm like veiling around.
Alright, so yeah, Marcus, you step up to the lake shore, and there's a very fresh blood smear on the ground, and as you look around, you catch sight of a dwarf-sized arm just sticking bone first out of the water and leaking gore onto the ground.
Ah,
What's the back, Marcus? Quickly.
that's weird. Go down and pick that arm up out of the water.
Alright.
Let's see, wearing armor.
You see the remnants of some chainmail, like, stuck around the, I guess, upper arm.
Oh wow, this thing can bite right through chainmail, huh?
Oh yeah.
Jeez. It kind of raises the question why people don't just stay away from this lake in the first place.
Well, they need it for fishing, right?
I would think a creature that large would have to eat constantly.
Sure, and
Yeah.
I mean, fish make life pretty constantly.
It's also worth noting that Karnthold is right next to the lake, so...
It's right up in its business.
Well, unless one of you guys has suddenly grown gills, I don't think we have any way of baiting this guy out of the lake without, splashing around in there.
Actually, I know there's rain.
Let's
going on
figure out a plan before we go trying to draw the creature up.
there. Out of character. We're basically just trouncing around, talking casually. Has this thing not hurt us?
It's fucking pouring out rain. If we're
I
having
know, I said
our
fight the
problem,
rain.
I don't know. Has it heard you?
That's a fair point.
so about this ballista.
Yeah, there is a standard, like, the end of the last Hobbit movie dwarven windlance here. Is propped up on the ground. It looks
Is
like
this-
it's seen better days, but it's still functional.
Is it are they alchemical?
Yes, they
bolts,
are
or is it,
alchemical. They're just like big, standard, almost person-sized ballista bolts. But around the actual arrowhead, there are these glass cylinders full of alchemical juice, such as it is, that will ignite on impact.
Unfortunate. If it was an enchantment, maybe we could have tried to I don't know, hot wire fix the enchantment into a different element.
So,
Some real
Marcus,
slapdash,
are you still
sloppy
holding
shit.
that arm?
Yeah, of course.
Alright, so as you're holding it, you notice that it's growing. Not like getting
What?
bigger, but the stump is starting to expand and grow like tendrils of blood veins and bits of skin.
Is the dwarf regrowing? What the fuck?
That's something you don't see every day.
I'll take my bow out and shoot that arm.
Okay.
That's unholy. I want Marcus to drop that now.
I mean,
Zanza's-
Wait.
yeah, make an attack roll.
Wait. Don't.
Too late.
Sorry, this is Zanza's magic paranoia. He does not like this shit. What did I name my short bow? No, I have it.
Well, you have to beat Marcus's AC, so...
And I guess, yeah, Marcus, are you gonna, like, try and shield the arm, or are you just like, huh, what the fuck?
I would have no idea what anyone else is doing. I'm watching this in confused curiosity.
Okay, so, yeah, you put an arrow right through the arm. It sails out of Marcus's hand, much to his surprise.
That thing is unholy. Stay away from it, Marcus.
It kind of
Oh,
looked like
wait.
it was regrowing a dwarf.
And yeah, so the
Wait, where's the
arm
arm?
is like over here.
Frida,
Arm.
no.
Army arm.
All right, so Frida, you go over to the arm, which now has a bolt through it or an arrow through it, and
Wait, is it
around the stump now, you can see these big black cancerous growths starting to pustulate out of it.
Ugh, maybe
Wait,
we should
so
burn it.
wait, it's not that. It's around the stump's end or the bolt's hole.
Around the stump's end. Like where it would attach to the
Where the
person.
Just it's
Can we get away from
can
the
I
magical?
mage hand it?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, just on to move, like move. Excuse me. Bring it, the mage hand it up in the air, like, excuse me, so we can get to the, the rocky area here.
Alright. Everyone else is like, ew.
Yeah.
I've seen worse.
Should
Right.
burn
So yeah, the
Yeah.
arm is just growing outwards, but it's not forming into a person behind it or anything. It's just
It's
this
just
horrible black cancerous mess, and after a
Whoa.
moment it starts like popping and tearing and ejecting
Mm.
gore onto the ground.
We should burn
Oh.
that thing
perhaps we should.
Why?
because that's
Yes,
not
but Yes.
natural.
I know, but think about that. It started regrowing, then it became this. That means the hydra bit through it, infected it with something that caused it to start regrowing, but then that infection got worse.
Didn't it specifically
Actually-
just make tendrils, not regrowing the dwarf?
Yeah, it's not regrowing a
It
dwarf,
started.
it's growing like cancer.
I don't know if making healing potions out of this thing's heart is really going to be in anybody's best interest.
I don't trust.
Yeah.
We have to destroy this creature completely. Whatever it's doing, it's warping nature itself.
Hey, that's a lot of money on
Yes.
riding on this thing, Annika says.
Fuck. Zanza's gonna
Just-
give a layer and be like, "Forget the money. This thing's an affront to humanity itself."
I can't forget the money. That's enough to live on for years.
How much is it?
It's like 5,000 silver.
Hmm. We don't have any way of knowing. Well, actually, I mean, we could.
Wait, we can do a quick study here while this is going on.
As you say that, the cancerous mass pops and just splatters you and Merisiel. And then, yeah, the stump keeps growing again.
I'm 2 seconds away from chopping that thing up.
Well, it wouldn't help if you chop it off because it would just regrow into other masses.
You're right. I need to chop it up with lightning damage.
Hold. Yeah, we should probably burn it. We're not after this anyway. It's the heart of the Hydra we want.
Yeah.
I would
Right,
suggest
yeah.
everybody stand up, back, and
s-
wash
Well,
yourselves.
I got it on the mage hand away from me, so I'm good.
Yeah, so you guys step back, Annika just hurls a bolt of fire at it, and it sizzles, and yeah, the hand sort of chars into a brittle mess and then falls apart.
What about the goop?
The goop is bubbling.
Is it still on Frida and Merisiel?
No, it's washed off in the rain by now. It's just like a puddle on the ground that's
Yeah.
slowly spreading out and sort of disincorporating.
Right. Well, now we know we have to destroy
Alright.
any leftover body parts.
Wait. But here's the question. The hand regularly burned. This is diluting, correct?
The goop is diluting, yeah.
Is it diluting at an actual even or uneven rate from the rain?
What?
What?
No, because it washes off, yes, but since it's bubbling and boiling and regrowing and making itself,
No, the
is
goo
the water
isn't.
diluting it at...
The goo isn't regrowing anymore. It's just like being washed away.
Okay, that was what I wanted to know, if it was being washed away at a fixed rate from the water, or was it uneven because something else was trying to keep it together?
No, it's just washing away now.
Okay, it's dead.
Seems to be.
We have to destroy the bodies parts that are left behind by the Hydra now, too. I certainly don't want to get into a fight with this thing if it can twist the
Well,
body.
that's going to be hard if we can't burn it to death. Maybe once we remove the object from it, then it will not be able to regenerate so aggressively.
So you're saying someone has to jump in its mouth and pull the thing out?
No,
No.
that's not what I'm suggesting.
How are we
No,
gonna
that
get
was-
it out then?
We
That was actually my first thought.
kill it,
After
and then
seeing
we
that-
rip it. Then we cut it open
after
before
seeing-
it has a chance to come back to life.
Miss, I shot that thing with a ballista. It regrows faster than you can kill it. Trust me.
I'm starting to think this isn't something we should be taking into a fight. We might need to go back to town and get reinforcements.
Well, we were here to see it.
Let's find out first before we go trying to gather a little lynch mob. It's entirely possible we can just kill it by continuing to blast its body and dealing with the fact that all of its heads are going to spit death at us for the entire duration. Let's find out
Wait,
first, at
hang on,
least,
hang on.
okay?
One moment.
Mm.
I'm going to take Kreshia's hand and I'm going to lead her over here,
Okay.
where the rest of
Sure.
the party cannot hear us.
Okay.
I don't like it when they go off to talk amongst themselves. It means they're up to something.
I have an idea,
Sure.
but I don't have any I don't really have any capability for it. Actually, wait, maybe. I won't. Wait, hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I only have a little bit of the capability to do it. If this thing is so aggressive in its regeneration, and it doesn't like fire, and it doesn't mind fire or acid or sonic, perhaps. Do you? Okay, look. I know Zanza has a real big hate on for necromancy stuff. Do you have any anything that does any kind of necrotic spells? Maybe to counteract its aggressive regeneration? Maybe that's what it's weak against.
I mean, as useful as that might end up being, the only necromancy I've had the ability to learn would have been, like, Animate Dead, which is pretty exclusively not helpful in this situation. And that wouldn't really be a massively big and useful situation here. I mean, the fact that Zanza swings lightning around as opposed to thunder itself is probably quite helpful. I mean, I can do a little bit of lightning. It's not massively useful, mind you, especially against stuff that's huge because it's a lightning lure. That shit never seems to work on things. Grumble, grumble. But yeah, I don't know. No, I don't have the ability to hurl necromancy at stuff. It's really not a specialty, and considering our company, not something I've been encouraged to try learning, as useful as it might be.
Hmm.
I'll
I
look
can
into it. But...
throw. I
Yeah.
can throw a little bit of anti-life stuff, but just only a little bit at a time. And I can do lightning.
Lightning might be the way to go. That said, I
I can
really
do
feel
a
like
big hit of lightning with.
yes,
my
with
witch
the
bolts.
lightning witch bolt thing. Yeah, I remember. I mean, that's probably going to be the way to go.
If that doesn't work, I can hex it up and start doing a bit of hitting it with some necrosis.
Might be the way to go. But yeah, no, I don't have any necromancy, I'm afraid, as useful as that might end up have been.
I'm sad that fire doesn't work. our fire friend balls are not going to be of any use at all.
Yeah, I had it all prepared and ready to go this morning, but it's not really going to do the job.
Okay.
But no, it'll be fine, I'm sure. We'll just blast in the body, and if it doesn't work, we can run. That thing's in the water.
It might be able to chase us on land for some distance, but it can't. Being through able to just run into the forest, and it would have to go through all the trees. Probably be enough of an obstruction for us to get away.
Yeah. Let's find out. Can't hurt to try.
All right, then we'll come back. So who wants my healing elixirs?
I could do with one. I think I'm tapped out on Healy stuff. Oh no, I've got one to hand, but if no one's got anything, then I'll have one. Thank you.
How tall is Marcus again, by the way? Guess he's like 6'7" or something?
Yeah, something like that. Let me see if I wrote that down. 6'8".
Alright, 6'8". So yeah, she's actually a couple inches taller than you and pretty buff, but standing over you now on top of the rock, she looks like a veritable giant. This big glowing staff in hand as your sword or your halberd sort of putters out as the blessing fades. And yeah, the princesses saunter back. Oh, go ahead.
I appreciate the light, but you're kind of making yourself a very large target if that thing in the lake decides that it's suddenly hungry again.
Well, better it target me than our frontline fighter here not be able to fight, unless you can see in the dark.
Well, no.
After seeing what it did to that arm, I'm starting to think it'd be better it targets no one. I'm worried that its effects will taint the living as well.
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously it'd be better if it couldn't target anyone. Do you think you can talk it into that?
I mean, does it talk?
Not to me.
Speaking of which, actually...
I mean, I could talk to it.
Zanza will actually go up to Annika and... You said you fought the thing, and of course it bested you, but did you receive any wounds from it directly? Do you have any of that strange cancerous growth coming from you? And Zanza will start to, like, look around her body.
Yeah, so she's wearing a black robe and cloak, but... and yeah, it's tattered in a lot of places, but you don't see any growths on the pale skin showing through, and she'll sort of give you a scowl and like poke you on the head to make you back off a little bit. No, it never touched me. I was up on the hill there when it slammed one of its claws down. I got hit in the head with a rock.
I don't think talking is an option, but I mean, I could try. I can speak to animals, so...
The ballista makes me think that it comes from this lake, but still, we've been standing here and nothing's happened.
Also, Emerald and Fen Chat just posted some Zanza fan art.
I saw.
Yeah, but for everybody else.
Okay.
I'll put it up on screen since it's safe for work-ish.
I have one criticism. Those ears are not big enough.
I was about to say you shut your whore mouth.
You know I'm right.
I know you're right.
And the real problem is the bunny face, but...
Okay.
You shut your whore mouth.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. Too short, what's it called? Too short ears, and the strap is supposed to go across both titties.
No, well, at least when I drew it, I only did the one, I think.
Yeah, but that means you've been running around naked, exposed.
Zanza runs around
kidding.
mostly naked until he got that little, his little lightning knight set. Now he's dressed like a normal person, but yeah, for the longest time, Zanza was nearly naked.
Okay, DCL, What fucking game are you in that you can easily define normal person?
Okay, fair enough. They're dressed like they're fully dressed. Zanza's fully dressed now.
Okay.
Okay, they're fully clothed.
Yes.
Not milky enough, though. Anyway. So yeah, what are you guys
Well-
gonna do about this thing?
Still has
I
like
could
Well,
try
I
to
can try
scream
to-
for the Hydra to come out.
Well,
Frida, what are you doing?
I can actually do something. Well, here's the thing. I can create a minor illusion that is right on the surface of the water, and it can be a sound, the volume. Here's the thing, because
I mean, we could just start throwing rocks into the lake.
no. This. Look at this. If you create a sound, it's volume conversion from a whisper to a scream.
Wow.
So,
Trips and falls in a puddle.
Yeah, so as you create that, like, screaming sound, you
No,
hear an
no, I was
actual
saying-
scream from a little south as Syrah, like, catches her high heel in a crack in the ground and breaks it off and just falls flat on her face.
splat into the mud.
Covered in mud.
Yeah, just covered in mud.
No.
And
No,
when
but
that
here's the
happens...
Oh. Okay.
Oh,
Wait, will Zanza have time to rush over and see if she's alright?
You can move adjacent to her, but yeah, she's okay. It's just, yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say that it's not a scream, but it's like a
Oh.
what's gonna be a deep sound.
Right.
Because sound travels better in water.
So yeah, you make the sort of deep baritone sound. Then there's the girly scream of surprise, and then this head that had been just above water level, like a crocodile staring at you, rears up out of the water. Then another head. Then another head. Then another head. What looks like almost
Another
2
one.
dozen of them
Another one.
splash up out of the water, roaring and screaming and drooling this horrible bluish-purple mess out of its mouth.
Oh, there it is.
Echo.
So,
That.
just gonna...
That's not good.
I mean, yeah, it's
Oh
probably
god, it
not
comes in
good.
4 groups.
Let's roll initiative, I guess.
I think it's initiative time.
Fucking its heads have different initiatives.
Yeah,
I mean,
boy.
that's a smart way. That's how I did the Hydra Goose.
Yeah, so it's got 4 groups of 5 heads each.
Oh.
It's got
Oh.
20 fucking heads.
Yeah, it currently has 20 heads.
So what you're saying is this thing's
Christ.
been attempted to be killed
Yeah,
quite a bit of
like-
times.
At least 4 different groups of people have come by and tried to kill this fucking thing, and it just keeps surviving. So yeah, it just has a bajillion heads now.
Less and less confident that we can just ice this thing.
Rawr, rawr. Alright, let's put Annika on the board, I guess.
Frida's not invisible, is she?
Not yet.
No.
Fucking great. Alright. Syrah is going to crawl away into the bushes and hide.
Hide her shame.
Yes, hide her shame. There you go. And yeah, she remains prone on the ground.
Oh, I go last. Oh, I'm gonna go fucking make some tea.
Alright. Let's see here. Hey, random curiosity point. How tanky is Zanza himself?
Not that.
Where's your AC, buddy?
15.
Would you benefit from mage armor?
What does
No.
mage armor do?
Zanza
13
would
plus
objectively
dex.
not benefit from mage armor.
Okay, cool.
Why not?
So your armor class, Zanza, is set at 10 plus your dex plus your wisdom. Mage
Yes.
armor sets your AC to 13 plus your dex. So unless your wisdom is less than 16.
My wisdom is only 2, so that would actually at least give
Oh,
me.
okay. Well, yeah. I guess that would give you a point.
Might be worth doing.
It would give me the point.
It
And then
would give you
whenever
a point.
And then whenever I attack with my sword, I get 17, but it's only if I make the attack.
Hmm. Okay, has drinking Glenmorangie in my honor. I approve 100%. No, in this case, then I guess next to that Hydra, up in this corner over here, on the shore edge, I'll place everyone's favorite sphere friend, so that it gives vision to our blindos and hopefully hurts the Hydra. One step
Alright.
up.
So,
if I can
Kreshia. Let's see, and it's what, a 20-foot light source?
Same as a torch, I say yes.
Oh, then that's actually 40 feet and then 20 feet.
40. Yeah, okay, cool.
Boop.
I believe they are equivalent to torches. So yes, it will be there. And that'll be at max spellcast, so fucking smash. These rolls. There
Alright.
you go.
Yeah, 14 is not going to do it. Your sphere friend bounces up, hits the
14?
side of the Hydra, and
Oh,
just
it saved.
rolls off. Oh, duh. You'd think
Yeah.
after using this spell for this long. Okay, yeah, that
No,
does do it,
okay,
actually.
so it gets hit for 19.
Okay. So, let's see. Do you have resistance to fire? Nope. So you take 19.
Thank you.
Yeah, you guys shouldn't be able to see its health bar, right?
No, you can't see it.
Cool.
But it sees us.
So yes, I cast that, and then I too am gonna. I would say, you know what? Yeah, this looks like cover. Would this give me any variety of cover if I were nestled in these bushes?
Against ranged attacks, yes.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna leave Era like back here because she'll get blasted, and that would suck. In fact, even further back. Should we use her turn to just move into this corner?
Okay.
Very much she could do it. I don't want her blasted. And yeah, that's my turn.
Alright. Zanza.
Okay, so just remember again. Is picking up somebody in action?
Define picking them up.
If Zanza dashes over and Zanza trains, drags him away.
It's not an action, but it does consume double movement.
It would consume double move, not for these awesome boots, which I will make you regret giving me every day that I live.
And then the Hydra bites your legs off.
I can only blame myself. Anyways, I don't like the fact everybody's kind of stand out. Frida's not invisible and is right there, and is very soft and squishy. So, let's use a... Yeah, why not? Let's use a key point so I can get some super speed for moving around. And let's pick up Frida and put her somewhere where she will be safer. So 30 feet to move over here, and then another to... Can I put her in cover with the trees?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna put her in cover with the trees, which is 25 feet away.
Bloop.
So 55 feet. I also kind of want to move everybody else. I at least want to put people in cover amongst the trees. So if it has some breath weapon or some ultra fuck you attack that it can do, we're at least safe. Because a lot of people don't get to move before it. At least the first one. Does anybody object? Gonna move Marcus. So
Well, Here's the thing, though. If you move me from that position, I won't be able to bacon the people in action.
Easy, I'll just move them a little closer.
I need that kind of leverage.
Well, I'm moving
So
everybody
no matter
back.
how you look.
So 20 feet and then 10 feet to put Marcus. Actually, yeah, 10 feet to put Marcus right here in cover.
All right. And Marcus, you're gonna go along with it?
I guess I'm not really sure what the strategy here is. We've seen this thing. Are we actually just leaving now, or?
No. Okay, so since the first Hydra head is going to get to attack and everybody was just standing out in the open, I'm at least trying to give them cover for that first attack. Just in case it's going to be something that's going to fuck everybody up before anybody has a chance. So it's more of just a rearranging of the board pieces since I'm a little paranoid. And then that should be 80, another 20 to move Merisiel right here as well. Since everybody was already grouped up, if everybody gets AoE breath attacked, I hold no responsibility. Yeah, I have enough movement to move Annika in the trees as well. Just give everybody cover is what I'm doing.
Okay, yeah, Annika's just gonna slap you and be like, "Get off me!
Take cover!
I'm behind a rock! Get off!" And you're like almost half her size, just slapping at you.
You don't want to get into a sat fight with a monk, but fine. She says no. I'll trust her judgment since she's apparently behind a rock and has cover. And then, since I still have the movement left, I'll take cover in the tree over here. That'll be my turn.
Okay. So, Zanza does his flash thing, and in the span of 6 seconds, the whole board is rearranged. And the Hedrah, it doesn't move, per se, but rather the world around it shifts and churns, and a mist begins to billow out from the lake shore. And boop.
Merisiel should be right there.
All right. Well, Zanza, I'm gonna need you to make a DC 20 Wisdom save. Oh. All right.
DC 20, that's really high.
Wait. When did it see me?
When you were running around all over the place.
Yeah, but I used I made a stealth action. I mean, it's only a 13.
You rolled stealth after all of that, but also, yeah, it can see you were running out in the open, Zanza.
Yeah.
You can't
I
be.
ran back.
No, you cannot be hidden when you're in the open. If you run around out of cover, you are not hidden.
But I mean, can I run and go to cover?
If you end in cover, it saw you go there, and yeah, it's just mist coming out of the water around you.
Fair enough.
So yeah, this actually isn't really the Hydra itself doing anything. This is like the mystical waters around it that are just infected with magic. So yeah, you get surrounded by this strange mist, and your head begins to swim, and things don't look like they used to. You can see hydras all around you. And out in the lake, you see a beautiful damsel in distress, begging for you to save her. But meanwhile, boop. I'm just going to come on down to shore here. Actually, come on down to shore over here. And what's the range on that? Nope, you're out of range. Alright, so it's going to actually come up on land, looks like. So this huge monstrosity stomps out of the water. And it looks like a quadrupedal dragon at the first half, but the further back it goes, the more it looks like this flabby mutant stingray body just dragging through the ground behind it out of the water.
You're a cow.
Gross.
And yeah, it's gonna breathe a cone of this horrible, noxious breath all over Kreshia. And let's see. I think... yeah, it can hit Syrah and Kreshia with this. So...
Is it aiming at Sarah? She
Can I
had...
do-
Oh yeah, that's right. Syrah
She's
is hidden.
pretty-
So... it'll just be, like, fucking atomic breathing right on Kreshia's head.
Okay.
Blech. Alright, so yeah.
Constitution? Fuck.
This nasty mess
Never
of...
mind.
Well, you still take half, but yeah, so this... it's not breathing like fire or acid or anything. It's breathing this iridescent, glowing stream of energy right down on your face. And everywhere it touches, even as you scramble back into cover and out of the way, everywhere it singes, your skin starts to swell and burst and grow with these black, nasty bulges. It is literally like a cancerous breath, causing your body to grow and mutate wildly. Annika is going to run up here.
Don't forget to re-roll its recovery.
Ah, yes. It's a good question.
Fuck.
Alright. Annika is going to come up here onto the ballista and take a shot with it, because it is still loaded from the last time she was here. Unfortunately, none of you are proficient with siege weapons, so, and that includes her, so, boo!
I didn't know. Wow.
I guess the Hydra must have trapped the ballista, because she racks it back, aims, pulls the lever to release it, and the arrowhead just explodes in the frame of the ballista. She screams and stumbles around, just falls off the rock face onto the ground. As, yeah, the front of the ballista goes up in flames, but it's not, like, destroyed. It's just blackened and scorched.
Wow.
So that's her turn. She is also knocked prone. And Marcus.
Well, Barry, what do you think? Should we, go for this thing or tactical retreat?
I want to see if we can hurt it.
Okay. I, kinda already used my divine weapon to, light the place up, so I guess we can see if regular weapons work. Boop. And attack.
Alright. That is a hit. Alright, so your halberd, or your glaive, comes down, slashes into it. It doesn't seem to do as much damage as you'd hope, but you definitely do, like, slash open some of its scales.
Well, let's try to put a little bit of the Holy Spirit in this guy.
Alright. 4, 5, 6, 7. Cool. Alright, so that goes in full force, absolutely. And then it doesn't. Like, you heard it. You absolutely heard it. But then where you hit it with radiant energy, the Hydra's scales start to close up, mending together and then bursting forth with more of this black bile.
I see.
And it is healed by an amount equal to the damage your radiant dealt.
Okay,
Okay.
so Radiant doesn't do anything.
I'm going to take that to mean that maybe this creature has some kind of blessing from Kinara or something, because it's kind of dragon-like, and my best smite just healed it. So I'm going to make a maybe tactical withdrawal here.
Yeah, I'm thinking tactical withdrawal is a good idea.
What the fuck? Yeah, I guess.
Okay, guys, so weapons work, but not so great, and any kind of holy energy just heals the thing. So
What if it's magic itself? Like any kind of magic just doesn't really work because of this thing's.
Did it
just
get
nature.
harmed at all by Sphere Friend?
Yeah.
Well, regular weapons didn't seem to have a super good effect on it either, so if it's totally immune to magic, then it's only partially immune to everything else.
Well, Marcus, as you're saying this to Merisiel, Hydra decides to give you guys, all three of you, a little more of that breath, since it did recharge.
Well, Mary and Frida get +2 on their save, because my aura.
Yeah.
I also think you have advantage because of cover.
No, you get a +2 from the cover.
Okay, so plus.
Or actually, no, that'd only be to a dex save, so this is Constitution. It's just spewing shit. It's your immune system, basically, that we're testing here. But those two pass, and let's see what Marcus does.
I just did. 24.
Oh, then I need one from Frida. Sorry. I can't read names.
Yesterday?
Okay. So a DC 15 Constitution.
Yup.
And you're +2.
Okay. Well, I have a whole +2. Because I have no Constitution. She is frail goat.
Yep. Sounds about correct. Dope.
Womp.
Oh, that's not gonna be enough.
No, so you take 29 radiant damage as, yeah, this thing breathes the raw, wild essence of life all over you guys, and it hurts a lot as your skin starts to grow cancerously. Oh, Jesus.
This is why
I
I
have
wanted to
33 hit points.
This
I'm
is
a
why
squishy goat. I have 10 Constitution. Why do you think I'm the healer?
This is why I wanted to put the goat into cover.
Okay, so it doesn't recharge its
Yeah.
breath weapon this time.
Well, that's nice.
So, yeah. Is it in range of Annika? It is. So it will snap at Annika.
She is prone.
She is, but it also has advantage already because rather than making 5 attacks, because that would be ridiculous, its heads will just assist each other and give themselves advantage. So, chomp.
I guess that's better than having like 20 attacks. Yeah.
Better than having to buy
Hey,
them.
this
Hooray,
is-
mage armor!
Yeah, it bounces off of her mage armor. And then the second nom. That one will go through.
You sure she doesn't have a
No.
+4 dex mod?
Unfortunately, she does not. But,
No. Goat.
go powers.
Screw you.
Alright, you need to roll a 2.
Rolled better than 2.
Yep. Alright. So this time it bounces off a, like, shield of song as Frida deflects the incoming bite. Annika breathes a sigh of relief as she is not eviscerated by this hydra.
Yeah.
And goat.
Goaty, goat, goat.
Back up! We'll come back to fight this motherfucker another day.
We need, like, just given how fucking wounded Frida is, it's like just gonna start looking like the guy from RoboCop that got the toxic waste on him soon. Nobody seen RoboCop?
We've seen RoboCop. I assume we've seen RoboCop.
Yeah.
Not disagreeing.
Okay. Yes. Okay. I will use one of the few things that I... Yeah, pretty much. Exactly. I have one thing that is very weird and don't really get to use often. It's called counter song or counter charm.
Nice.
Because
Alright, so let's take a peek at how counter charm works.
oh shit.
Counter charm. As an action, you can start a performance that lasts until the end of your next turn. During that time, you and any friendly creatures within 30 feet have advantage on saving throws against being frightened or charmed. Okay?
Yeah, but then I remembered somebody's already charmed.
Yes, unfortunately, it does not end an
Counter it.
active charm. It prevents future charms.
Ah, that is indeed true. So that idea was...
Yes. Now that, hey, if you
Ah,
guys
that's-
retreat, now you know for next time.
Yeah, so
I'm happy with the retreat after some prep.
she's gonna help move Annika up and move her away, and then toss a dispel magic on Zanza, but
Alright, Dispel Magic will definitely work, so Zanza's charm is broken. Boop.
Okay, thank God I don't just go jumping into the fucking
Oh, yeah.
ocean.
Whee!
okay.
Fuck my
Well,
life.
that's great, because right now you see Frida, a very well. You see the picture in Shattered. It's a pretty much field of
Run!
Yeah,
Run as far as you possibly fucking can, or you die in the next attack. Run. As much distance as you can get, literally the other. We're piecing the fuck away from
And-
this.
So I got 10. I dragged her so up. I got her up
Okay, yeah, you can
and
take a
moved
hand.
her out, and then move my last. Well, limp my goddamn goat, my fucking stumps of legs away.
You're not. Remember, you're not down yet. You haven't been disintegrated into a pile of ectoplasm yet.
No,
Yet.
but her bones are starting to become rather soft, given that she has
Yeah.
those tiny stiff legs.
I mean, I hope Frida wasn't planning on having kids anytime soon.
Well, she's 14, so she hadn't planned on that yet.
I mean, that's
Middle-aged
perfectly adult
Not
in
for
goat
like
terms.
yeah, I mean that's perfectly fine for goat years.
Alright, and so yeah, the
but
Hydra will
here's the thing, she's
peer
not,
back and
she's not living
breathe.
a hedonistic lifestyle like every other goat.
Oh no!
No, you can't do that. You didn't recharge it.
I did. I
I
rolled
rolled
just
six
now after
after
its last
five.
bite flurry.
and who's that against?
These two.
Oh my God.
Wait. You can every single time a head group
Everybody.
goes,
Mm-hmm.
you can regenerate it.
Yep.
Every bite,
Everybody.
Yeah, so
every Hydra time.
What is this? Like a level
So
fucking 14 encounter? Level
okay,
10
but
at least?
just so you guys
Fuck.
know, okay, you just skipped the last part.
Oh,
because
God,
I still
please
have a
save.
Bonus action. I
Uh,
have a bonus action.
okay.
Oh.
Damn it.
Go for it.
Let me put my goddamn bonus action on Merisiel.
Alright. Mary, you have goat
One.
power.
Inspiration.
Okay.
Oh god.
I would say, yeah, this will be a good time to use it.
Alright, so the good news is Mary will survive. If she makes her
well,
save.
Is there an inspiration to give me?
An actual inspiration roll? Yeah,
Yeah.
go for it. Take mine.
Okay.
Alright. Inspiration
you have
and
+2 for
bardic.
being next to Marcus as
Yep.
well as this inspiration bardic.
Boom! Fucking destroyed it.
Didn't need
it.
mine. Didn't need any of that shit.
Nope.
It's
Alright.
good because I just checked my character sheet. I don't have inspiration to give.
Fucking.
Thought I did.
You're now at an
So
inspiration
what's the
deficit.
bardic inspiration? It's like a D8?
It's a
Yeah,
D8,
if you
but
wanna
you don't
spend
need
it,
to
but
roll
you
it
don't
now.
have to.
You
20.
don't need to actually roll it.
Yeah, you can save that
You
for
don't
later.
need to.
Well, I mean, fine.
Yeah,
Okay,
you don't
this
need
is
to spend
fine.
that shit yet. You get it for a minute, I believe.
10 minutes,
Well,
yeah.
maybe something will come up. Okay.
Yeah, like it breeze on you
That's what
again.
I'm gonna
Which hopefully it won't do, because you guys should be running. And yeah, Marcus also needs to make a save and potentially take some damage.
talk. Oh
Fucking-
jeez.
Oh,
Marcus
my-
takes no
Marcus
damage. He just
Marcus
fucking
just
backflips out.
Just gets more handsome.
Yep.
The
It's-
tumors just grow more muscle onto him, but only
Yep.
muscle. No harm.
Yep. Marcus's beard just grows by like 2 inches.
Fuck.
We can pull her more alive,
And then,
lustrous.
yeah, the
Well,
party
first-
fucks off.
Well, first,
Wait.
First. No, shush. It's my turn. I'm going to first spend my bonus action to drink a healing potion.
Okay.
Better than 0.
True.
Chat keeps reminding me to reroll its breath.
Yeah, they keep reminding. Thank fuck. Oh.
I think the fact that it can re-roll it
Every
gets
head
4
attack is
re-rolls
terrifying.
around is too much.
That might be too much.
I
blame chat.
Frankly, petrifying because that
That's
it deals enough damage to
pants-shitting.
drop. Like it potentially 60 damage is enough to one-shot anyone in this party. If I remember rightly,
I think
and
we
it
need
gets
to-
4 chances at potentially that much damage. Fuck off.
This thing is a raid boss. We need to bring 15 other heroes with us.
But spread out so they all die in 3 AOE's that it gets a turn.
Yeah. All right. Maybe it'll just recharge its breath on its legendary or its lair action. That might be more fair.
Holy shit.
I blame chat.
But yeah, I think we're running.
Alright, I'm going to run
No,
but I want to see what lightning does. I want to give it a parting shot.
All right.
Oh wait, maybe I shouldn't. I'm terrified of what I'm thinking might a horrible possibility.
Tell me more.
No, I don't want to.
Fine.
It's called giving you ideas, which is always a bad idea.
God, you guys are the worst. Look, I just took your idea to make the boss easier. Now you're just like, no, Savin.
Yeah, but this would make it worse though.
All right. So, do you give it a parting shot or not?
I'm just gonna whisper something to Skow.
Lame.
Look, if you don't do it, I'm going to do it.
All right. Well.
Yeah, I'm no. You know what? No, I don't want. You know what? My desire to get out of here is more than what I want. Is more than wanting to figure out something. The danger level is too high. I'm running.
Okay. So move wherever you end up. Sierra is also
I'm gonna run
book
over
it.
here.
Get off the map.
Kreshia, run. Full retreat.
All right. Kreshia runs.
Kreshia's fighting a separate boss instead of us.
Is not
Okay.
quite gonna get off the map, but close.
Double move.
I assume. Kreshia
That was only 25 feet. This map's a
Uh,
lot smaller than I thought.
Just yell at
Yeah.
Zanza in a rather distorted voice. Save them.
Yes.
Oh, actually, you know what? That would be a better idea. I'm actually gonna grab. I would actually grab Frida and haul her away too,
You realize you
because
only
she's
move
too
at
small.
You move at half movement whenever you're dragging.
I
somebody.
still move at 40 feet. Then that's still faster than this fat motherfucker can go. Over here.
You say that, then he fucking free willies over here into this lake.
That would be both awesome to see and horrifying to see. Actually, yeah, it'd probably be better just this way.
All right.
Yeah.
Come, Frida.
Hopefully back. I'm running
We
away.
just
Yes, we moved you. No
some
worries.
totally some
Thank you.
slush skin there.
All right. Ew. It's like that scene
stop
from
enough with the body horror. Stop doing that.
something. We were soldiers. All right, Zanza.
All right.
You might want to move Annika, because
Oh, I also, you know
I
what?
know.
Fuck it. Just because I can, I smash Sphere Friend into. Because fuck you, Hydra. Fuck you,
People
really.
distracted.
all right,
Okay.
roll it.
And
Asshole, fucking Hydra, dickhead.
You're one hit point away from making it lose its head.
Oh goodness. Whatever.
Okay. So here's what I'm gonna do. Key, bonus action.
Probably better that we don't accidentally make it
Yeah.
lose another head and then grow another head.
Yeah.
Standard action, dash action. I'm gonna have me some. What is it again? 65, 130, 195
I'm not
feet
even-
of movement.
TLDR, you get Anakin Marcus out of range.
I'm getting Anakin, I'm Marcus out of the way, and I'm staying the fuck out of dodge, but I'm not leaving yet. Not leaving yet.
Okay, so I'm just gonna move everyone who is leaving
Why?
over here.
I'm
Why?
gonna stay. I want to shoot a parting shot at it. The rational thing to do is to get everybody out of dodge and then use a bonus
And it
action.
did.
Look, let me do my thing. I can do this in a safe and non-suicidal way. So I'm
But
gonna
we don't really want to cut off any heads. Like that
I'll
just makes
shoot
us stronger
ahead.
next time.
the arrow.
Let
That
Zanza
was-
do his thing.
Okay.
Jeez, I was the one who wanted to leave in the first place. Okay, so everybody's away. I'm going to oh, wait, no, I can't hide because I already used both my actions. All right, so that's my turn. I assume we get far enough away that it can't chase us.
I mean, do you?
Okay, so let's see if it chases us. Fuck.
Alright, so are you... did you
Okay.
double or triple move or whatever on this turn, or are you going to shoot
Yeah,
it
I
this
used my
round?
triple moves, and so let me make sure we at least have enough movement to get everybody out safely. Because, yeah, where we put everybody is kind of the limits of where my movement will take us.
Alright. So, people who aren't insane get away. And then, yeah, Hydra stomps on over. Blip. And let's see, I think it's just gonna... fucking first head group's just gonna have it double move. It's gonna come over here.
Wait, that's kind of bullshit. A
Yeah.
head group that can double move the body and then the rest heads just attack?
Yeah.
Okay. It feels bullshit to me, but whatever.
It's a fucking Hydra. Does what it wants. Alright, so yeah, and then three head groups are gonna attack you. Or rather, breathe horror on you.
Didn't it not refresh?
That's a good question. So,
You rolled
You
a 2
got a
last.
2, so
I did roll a 2, but the layer action has passed, so we will roll once for this entire turn. It does not refresh, so instead... Is it actually in range to
fuck.
snap at you? Yes, just barely. Chat wants the Hydra to be called Mundo, but no.
No.
Alright. Chomp. 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 And then Zanza's turn comes up. So...
I don't even think I get my turn. I think you just get KO'd.
Do you only have... what?
I only have, like, fucking 44 hit
15,
points.
7, 8, 13. So yeah, you might go down, but then Frida gets her turn and can get you back up.
Does Frida
Yeah.
have a whistle?
I can give you a whistle. It's hard. Which one do you want, though?
The 19.
That'll be enough to keep
One of those
Sansa
not-
alive. Yeah.
Yeah.
Get 1d8. Get
Alright, that's enough.
Okay, so yeah, Zanza
and I have a
avoids.
60-foot range from my
15,
wiggle bot as well, so
22.
I can
15.
do my butt wiggle to keep him up for 60 feet. Holy word, healing word.
Alright,
Okay, so I would have been 1 point away from going down, but still.
So yeah, Zanza's barely still up. Gets his turn. What does he do?
Well, this fucking piece of shit.
I'm going to remind you, I will tell you right now, you can either hit it and then
Or
take attacks of opportunity as you run away, or disengage.
Or I could use the bow I have that people forget that I have.
But if you don't disengage, you get attacks of opportunity because it can hit you if
Yeah,
you're within
he
it.
gets
He
some
can
range.
Am I
bonus
still
action
within
disengage because monk.
Oh,
well,
can Monk do that?
Okay, so am I still within its range? Like
Yes,
all
like
heads?
Yeah,
it
it
bit
just
you.
hit you like 5 times.
You are also, yeah, it occupies that square. Let me.
Well, since the problem I have is the thing can fucking double move and then get all of its attacks. So, you know what?
Wait, how the fuck can he double move and get all his attack?
Because one head can move forward and then the rest of one's gonna just attack.
There
Which
you
I
go.
said was.
Yeah.
I feel
Well, I
like
mean,
that's such bullshit.
It
makes me
has 4 turns essentially, so
Yeah. It's
yeah,
basically,
it-
instead of having legendary actions, it just has extra heads.
a lot of actions.
Yeah.
To be
Just
honest,
run.
we shouldn't even be able to run away from this thing then, since it could just move
How?
at the speed
No,
of
you
light.
guys have already, like,
It can still
exempted.
only move once per round.
I hope that's the
It
case.
just chose then to move. Well, the rest of us have gotten the fuck out of dodge, which means you can this turn.
You're the ones to.
Like,
Yeah.
not...
Yeah.
Like, it can't move 4 times around. It can
Yeah.
move once and then attack 3 times.
Correct. No matter how many heads it has, its speed doesn't change.
It still only has 1 set of legs.
That'd be horrific, though.
A hydra whose legs, when you cut them off, becomes more legs.
Jesus
Just
Christ.
turn into, like, an octoped.
The fucking millipede.
Oh god, a millipede hydra. I want art
A
of that.
millipydra.
It's horrifying.
I can move into the darkness. I can move way the fuck away and attempt to hide.
Just say you run. We can be done.
I want to
Run.
see if it can be attacked, damaged by lightning. So, get the fuck out of dodge, cross the map, and make a hide action. Suppose. Actually, I can. Any shot I'll make right now will be at disadvantage. If it double moves, it could probably still attack me. So yeah. The map isn't big enough for me. Actually, yes, it is.
I hear running the fuck away is a good thing to do. Could just be me.
I'll double move. As a bonus action, I will enchant my bow using the 2 key with lightning. So Zanza will be in the darkness. I guess with a little glow for the lightning bow.
Alright.
And this is totally a fucking creature that would exist in the other world, but wouldn't just be a one like a world boss.
And that's my turn.
Like, this is something the monster hunters lodge would go after.
Alright. So, is that your turn, Zanza? Just going over there and hiding,
Check.
or...
Bonus action. I had to double move, so I don't get to hide. Actually,
Okay.
you know what? I'll spin keys, so that way I can double move and then hide.
Yeah.
So I'll make that stealth check. I had 1 good stealth check.
Alright, well, that's below its passive perception, so it doesn't lose track of you. And then, yeah, I guess layer turn comes up. Let's see if it recharges its nuclear breath. It does not. So the Hydra will stomp over here by 60 feet.
Actually, since it's like heavy in the rain, how would that work? I guess it doesn't matter since it's below passive.
Yeah, so it has disadvantage, which gives it a -5, which is still enough to see you. It has a 16 passive. So yeah, it comes over here, and then it's not in range to do anything, so it will sink into the water.
When there's no water?
Yeah, there's water right here, and it will go into the water.
Oh.
Just like a crocodile just sort of crawls into the water and just goes down under the surface.
Can I still see it and shoot it?
No, it's under the water. I guess you can put an arrow into the water and try and hit it, sure, but you can't see it because it's
Asshole.
dark.
Fine. I'm gone.
All right. All right. So Zanza also exudes the field, and the party returns to the world map.
Holy shit, that's a terrifying monster.
Didn't even get to shoot a fucking arrow. Asshole. Goddamn Hydra.
So, do we go back to Meridia and tell her that shit's fucked?
Are you talking about the sorceress in the tower?
Yes.
I would say we go back to the town and get reinforcements. That would probably be
Let's
more
go back to
pleasant.
Cottonbold and level up. If there anyone who wants to come join us or pick up some supplies,
Maybe you can send...
We can
Maybe
go
you
back.
can send a dream message to Meridia.
yeah, I mean, I'll let her know that shit's fucked. We're gonna prep a bit. We'll go back to the Hydra soon.
Hey, so how about we take a bit more circuitous route? Can we do that?
Do we need to be circuitous to get back to Cottonbold?
Maybe I'm just being paranoid.
Let's just shoot straight back
We
to
can-
Cottonbold.
If we fuck off straight off, we can just tiny hut over the night.
I just don't want to be. I just don't want to, skirt the lake in any way.
Yeah. It is also like
But there's
the
a
end of the
bridge.
day too, so you're gonna have to sleep somewhere within like a
Yeah,
square.
can we just
Yeah.
fucking go over into
Yeah, let's just
one of
hex
these
by
two
s-
squares?
Yeah, let's just hex by southeast. There's no need for the Hydra to leave that far out of the lake. We'll
Nope.
sleep there and then travel to Cottonbold the next day. Easy peasy.
Yeah. The Hydra does
I'll
not
send it-
pursue you past there. It just goes back in the water and eats
Cool.
some dwarves, as it does.
It
Yep.
goes back to menace the lake.
During the night, I will attempt to send a sending to Meridia and let her know that shit's kind of fucked. We're gonna need a little prep, but we intend to come back and fuck its day up afterwards.
Okay.
One day we will be back together.
We'll come
Today,
back-
that is not today though.
Today is not that day. We have found out that it does not give a shit about fire.
Also,
or about
that is
acid.
also probably not last week.
Yeah.
Not
the-
next week.
Yeah, the radiant energy will fucking make it heal, which is a bad time for our paladin. Basically all that shit. I'll let her know in casual steps, just in case.
Fire and
When they-
acid doesn't stop it from regenerating. It doesn't
Mhm.
seem to mind thunder damage.
Lightning
Normal mundane weapons hurt it,
Lightning
oddly
probably
enough,
does shit
but not
all-
very much.
In all honesty,
We don't
I'm
know,
still-
so
I'm still-
I only speak in absolutes.
I'm
Well, I
still
tried
mad
just
at-
to speak in absolutes. But yeah, we'll go back to Gardenthord. And then in roleplay equivalent of describe us, or taking some time to level up, and then depending on whether we can fight the Hydra or go see the explosion, one of those two will happen first, and then we'll fuck up the Hydra.
Why is
Get our
nobody?
pay.
Okay, maybe this is a super bad idea. But why has nobody made the idea of, hey, maybe we should make it another bomb and blow this thing the fuck up?
You don't want to do that.
I mean, that's
Because
not.
we're adventurous. It's not fun.
But okay.
They also only have the one bomb.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they have the one bomb, but they can make another.
No, they actually
can't.
can't.
Did he use all the Residium?
Yes, we sold the rest.
Holy shit! Oh, okay, we sold the rest. I thought you meant like all that Residium we gave.
They
him.
haven't
He's
mined Residium in, what is it, like 120 years or some
Many
shit?
Like
years.
Residium is hard to
Years.
acquire.
I'm just saying. I was just like, holy shit! If he's using
Hmm.
all that, he's going to level the country, not just create a mine shaft.
I mean, he's creating a crater for a city to be built around a mine shaft that they've just devastated their way open into. He's creating a whole capital with that bomb. You think they're just gonna go nuke a Hydra? Soon they won't give a shit about it.
Now, they'll be
Say
like
that- I feel
100
like this
miles
is going to be
away.
I feel like this is one of those things that becomes a problem where if you ignore it is then ravaging
no.
a city.
I mean,
next week.
because if we ignore it, it just becomes a Hydra that lives in a lake. Big fucking deal. But we want to deal with it because the bunny wizard would like the stuff out of it.
No,
Yeah.
fuck the but no, we are not
Why?
giving the bunny wizard this questionable heart.
No, fuck
Why
you, we
not?
are.
Why would we?
What is your What is your reasoning as
We
to
do
why
not
we
know her
shouldn't?
character, and this thing is now even to a level where.
Okay,
not-
I'm gonna call it right now. You were just saying that because she's a wizard.
No, I mean, okay, we literally have met her for a fucking day, and we're just gonna go, okay, yeah,
Why
sure,
should
have
we
this-
do any job for anybody that we don't intimately know?
You
What
can
if
do
they
it. There's
turn
doing
around
a
and
job,
do
and then
you-
there's doing a job, and then there's somebody giving somebody potentially a dangerous artifact or item that they could use to make very bad things.
Oh, like,
Okay,
why
your
did
reasoning could be
us?
used for any job.
Yes,
Like anything
and you
we get
should
hired
use
to
it for
do.
any job.
And
You
fuck you, you
Okay,
mages.
DCL.
By
Yeah,
your
this is
reasoning, we
it.
shouldn't do any jobs for anybody.
Alright,
saw that
alright,
thing.
alright. Since we're having this entire argument out of character, let's just make a roll of it. Why don't you guys roll Persuade on Zanza, and Zanza make a Charisma or Wisdom saving throw.
Right, that is a thing you designed in order
Yep.
to stop this exact kind of an
No,
argument.
Fucking,
fuck
yep,
off.
okay. Yep. Zanza is unconvinced and will continue to lobby for it.
Look, this
Alright
thing,
then, I will continue to ignore Zanza.
this
Yep.
thing can fucking make cancerous growth out of limbs. This is not safe to give to anybody. We should destroy it wholly and leave it where it lies. The Residium bomb is already questionable enough.
I kind of, at this point, actually, you know what? I kind of wish we had not burned that arm now. That would have been a good sample for the effects of this thing's breath, and maybe so we could research some kind of countermeasure.
Hmm. Hey, you guys do have the Arcane Artifice and Research downtime actions available to you.
Then
Like,
again,
you
we
can just
a breath
spend
weapon.
time, like, looking into this shit, right?
But we're taking
Yeah.
the leveling up downtime action, which kind of sadly gets in the way of that unless we can do both at once.
And you can do
We can't.
consecutive downtimes. Obviously,
That's-
you want to go see the bomb, then come back and do
Yeah.
it. But
We'll see.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get a message back from Merisiel as well, who can, effectively
We can
do
use the
same
Temple of
for us.
Kandarn to help research.
yes, you can. It has a library, so you can indeed use the research part.
Yep.
Maybe Kandarn would be interested in, holy shit, this fucking Hydra.
I
What the
still
fuck?
I still don't know how I'm the only one who has this viewpoint.
You know exactly how you're the only one who has this viewpoint.
No, I don't. I seriously don't.
It's just an omission like any other. But anyway, moving on. Yeah, I mean, I want to take the level up downtime, and yeah, as I said, like during the night, I'll send a message off to Merisiel, see if she has any kind of information we can utilize. Could also research Merisiel, I suppose.
I mean, that'd be a thing.
Yeah,
Hey,
it's-
Zanza, if you don't like the wizard, why don't you try and research the wizard?
I mean, if your point is we don't know this person, then you can like make efforts to know the person.
Oh my.
Kreshia doesn't give a shit because she is also a wizard herself and would make exactly the same requests, do exactly the same pranking, and want exactly the same kind of rare things to do whatever the fuck she wanted with.
And Kreshia could also just steal the heart and fucking.
Yeah, Kreshia could absolutely use it for what she would assume to be good, but could entirely be evil. Frankly, she doesn't give a shit. She's actually pretty morally ambiguous, all things considered.
Maybe that's the issue, because I'm looking at this through the moral perspective. We're the heroes, and we don't want to have this on our heads if this goes south, which it could very easily do.
But that's the thing. Anything could go south.
Anything good? Yeah, the fact that it's a magical
any
body
job,
part for a wizard
any
doesn't matter.
quest we go on could, unwittingly to us, be actually serving some kind of nefarious purpose.
But
and we just don't
usually
know.
It's not so black and white. Usually you don't see the thing literally corrupting a corpse, and then you're just going to be like, oh yeah, we've never seen anything like this in the history of magic, but we're just going to hand over the heart, the core of it, or whatever the fuck the
yeah,
wizard
I
says
mean,
to be.
who better to try and figure out what this is than a very powerful wizard?
Generally somebody who at least has some backing, or like trustability, rather than just the random wizard we met at a tower. Or
Yeah,
better
no,
yet,
don't give
we
a
just
shit.
don't.
I would rather go to some random wizard.
All right.
Okay.
Well, if we're gonna continue to have this argument, Zanza.
No, let's
No,
yeah,
I don't want
it's
to
ro-
have this argument because
it's
don't
roll
want to.
time. It's roll time. Zanza, persuasion
I
check.
already made my rule.
No, this is for you to
think-
convince them of your viewpoint.
Oh, that is fair.
And yeah, one of you guys can make a charisma save with advantage from the other helping you to sort of solidify. That's performance.
That was performance.
Is persuade the same bonus or lower?
Oh, okay, good.
Here, you know what?
Wow.
I'll do it.
That's look no, that is double goddamn nat ones. You can go suck my dick.
Oh.
Well, all right then. I guess yeah. Like,
So this is actually really perfect. This is so thematically appropriate. Zanza could not be convinced because he's Zanza and his skull is like a mile thick.
I'm not convinced
But-
because this thing is literally an unholy
But
abomination.
Zanza was completely and utterly incapable of convincing the party of his viewpoints, which is exactly what happens. all the time.
In no dimension does Zanza succeed at getting anyone to go along with it.
so yeah, I guess the follow-up question is, Zanza, what are you gonna do about it? Like, you've tried to make your views known. The rest of the party's like, no. So what do you want to do? Uncanny dodge.
Give me a moment. Let me
And
work
the rest
on
of
the
you, I
thought.
assume, are leveling up. So
Yep.
Okay, first off, I'm not gonna gimp myself by not leveling up. That's fucking retarded.
I mean,
So
meh.
unfortunately, I don't think I'm gonna have time to research. But I assume we're not just gonna be going back with the level and thinking we got this, but very much like reinforcements. At least let the town know what the fuck they're up against, and see if they want to do anything about it.
I mean, we can warn them about it, but I don't think they're going to care. They're about to move their whole town, and they're going to pick up their town and push it somewhere else away from this thing. It's that fucking SpongeBob meme
I mean, they've been.
in actual practice.
Do we want to maybe get guild assistance from mercenaries, since there's been a whole bunch of mercenaries trying to kill it?
Let's look. This is not something we're going to be doing next week in game or 2 weeks in next game. This is a creature that requires a lot of planning and preparation to take down. Like,
We should at least be.
let's save the mercenaries until we figure out what to do, how to actually handle this thing. Because if we go looking for mercenaries right now, they're going to be hanging. They're not going to be doing anything for months.
I mean, it's probably going to take more than just 2 seconds to get this, like,
Barring,
sorted out.
you know what? Barring all that, I will ask our lovely companion nicely, like, okay, so we bounced into that thing and it was pretty much a devastating failure. How does she feel still about going to her parent? Like, the reality is, I can pay her off what she would make off of killing that hydra, and we'll come back to deal with that later on our own, if she would like to go there anyway.
Hannah will just like scowl at you as you've arrived in town. Well, I don't want to go there to begin with. The only reason I was going to is if you helped me. And right now that hydra's still out there.
True. I mean,
And she'll sort of look askance for a moment and say, Meridia promised me something else too, and it's not just money I'm looking for, alright?
okay. I mean, are you willing to be a little bit more patient then? Like, obviously we need to go in this ship prepared, because half-cocked will get our assholes destroyed.
Yeah, I mean, what other choice do I have? I can't kill that thing all by myself, obviously.
Okay. Can you do us a solid then, and look into essentially what might be weird Residium mutations, like things like that, because we need some kind of weakness we can exploit out of that thing, and it's definitely not applying to normal Hydra norms. If you'd like, we can return the book and just say the whole matter is handled, and little big air quotes for her. So don't worry about that part, but I mean, we need to look into this matter more appropriately, and the rest of us have a little bit of preparation to do, because we've been on the road for a while. We need to do some recuperation on our own part.
Alright, yeah, while you guys are training, Annika will stay here and do some research into the Hydra. I think that's fair.
That would be a good thing. That If she wants to bring it down that badly, then
Yeah.
she can help fucking figure out a way to kill it.
Alright.
Okay, so
So
before
you
this
guys
comes
do
up-
your level up.
wait,
I'm gonna AFK for just a minute and go to the bathroom.
Okay, never mind.
So, yeah, BRB.
Okay, I have my 4th level spell.
I can attack twice, motherfuckers.
Fuck, man, like... Fuck that, man, that Hydra, holy shit.
It regenerating
the
its
fact
breath
that we
every
got-
fucking head breath was terrifying.
I mean, that was,
Yeah, that
I was
was-
obviously way too much.
Oh, yeah. Like, literally,
It's also
even if
damage
we
numbers are
were-
not.
even-
That's. I mean, we're level 6. That's a 10d6 breath weapon. Fuck.
Yeah, no, it was
Yeah, you
potentially
have to say,
60
even
damage
if we
4 times a
were-
turn.
Yeah, we were even what's it called? Even the COC party would have a fucking difficulty with that.
Okay, so assuming that the breath rolled average every turn, okay,
Mm-hmm.
it could deal a potential 100 AoE damage a turn
Christ.
if it had its breath every time, which it had half even odds of doing.
Perfect target. Okay, so the reason I didn't want to take that parting shot, and in the end, I decided because I'm actually terrified that lightning will actually make that creature
Haste it.
faster.
Yeah,
Yeah.
haste it.
Since magic does weird stuff to it, like fire doesn't stop it, and radiant just makes it heal. I'm terrified that lightning will make it go fast.
Is that a property of lightning?
No, but you saw what magic does to that creature. It does
Okay, so
stuff to it. Doesn't hurt it. I'm
radiant
thinking
damage healed it, and radiant damage hurt. Radiant's damage healed it, and it's doing radiant damage to us. So I assume
no, it's doing
No,
it's doing
It's
like
positive
kind of
energy. It was described as positive energy, but it didn't have a type attributed to it. It was dealing
think it's
damage
just-
with a capital
it's
D.
just- it's doing like untyped, like just raw magic damage.
Okay, I'm assuming since Savin was talking about how it was doing the raw damage of life and regeneration, and radiant damage healed it, I'm going to say that even though it's not mechanically typed, it is the type of like. holy
Well, I mean,
energy.
healing isn't exact. Like healing spells aren't doing radiant anything.
Yeah,
Healing-
healing spells just do healing. If you wanted to put it like words, healing is
5th
capital
edition-
H.
5th edition, I think, is detached healing from positive energy.
Correct.
What I'm trying to
And-
say is healing was the only thing that really did an extra effect to it, as far as we could see.
Well, the thing is that fire. She threw the remember
Fire is meant to
Kinathis-
hurt them more. That's
Yeah, it's
more
meant
argument.
to. It's meant. Fire and acid is meant to like cauterize the wounds,
Yeah,
and
fire
so it
just
can't
bypassed-
regenerate.
Fire
But that
just
doesn't do anything to this Hydra.
Fire just bypassed the damage reduction, but it has regeneration anyway, so it doesn't really do anything.
Yeah, it
Seems the
doesn't
same-
seem to mind fire. Like fire doesn't. Fire still hurts it.
It seems
But-
the same way for most of the other damages. I just don't know why lightning would make it faster.
I mean, the reality
don't-
is because we don't know if lightning would or wouldn't.
It
which
was
is
a
horrifying
concern. It was a
concept.
serious concern I had.
Like
After
you taking a
saying
parting shot.
Considering the creature.
Yeah, you taking a parting shot could have been the difference between you being alive or you just suddenly killing your rabbit for no good reason. So it's just
I'm
like, don't
saying
do
I-
the parting shots we don't want to know.
I'm saying I don't understand where you would draw that conclusion. Like I don't
Because of
see
it's because of the esoteric nature of the creature itself, and the fact that
mean-
it is a creature that has been mutated by magic, and magical effects are having not the right effect on it. I mean, there are certain creatures that do go faster when you hit them with lightning. They tend to be golems, though. Certain
like that-
golems will absorb the lightning and will just be hasted by it.
and I feel like
And
that's
I am and I mean that's out of character knowledge, but
At the same time, it's like taking that parting shot might very well have just been you killing your character.
mean,
so
yeah,
we're just
think
like, don't
about
do it. Just don't do
feel
it.
like
It's
I
not worth
wouldn't-
it.
I would have done it anyways because that's very much out of character knowledge, meta knowledge.
well,
and
no, I
nobody-
mean that is an out of character like one out of character
Reason?
reason. However, like in character, my character is a magic user and actually is trained in Arcana, and had been observing the fight because she went last
Yeah,
and
because
saw all the effects and has been and Annika explained several things that she did and watched with this creature, and it's just like it was an educated guess.
I guess
in
it's not
character.
an unfair assumption. I just don't see it as a strong one since only radiant damage healed it, and its breath weapon is described as raw energy of life.
Well, also that fire didn't stop its regeneration, and acid didn't stop its regeneration.
Yeah, but it didn't like make it immune to fire.
And it also seemed to be just immune to thunder damage. I was just.
Did we hit it with thunder damage?
Hello.
No, Annika did.
Did she? I remember her.
In her other.
Yes, she said thunder.
Did it do? What did thunder damage do?
Fuck off.
Normal.
Yeah, whatever.
It just did normal damage.
Right.
What
you guys are looking for is a damage type that stops its regeneration, which is clearly not fire or thunder or acid.
Well, they were saying
potentially it could be lightning, but I'm also concerned about lightning.
They were saying lightning could have potentially made it faster, and I was like confused because I don't know where that conclusion would be drawn from what
There's a couple of D&D monsters, like old classics.
Yeah, and I'm saying that's meta knowledge.
Oh yeah, I mean everything about this conversation is meta knowledge.
Yep.
I'm just saying,
quite literally, it's just we saw the idea of like throwing parting shots at a creature we didn't know anything about. Might just have been the difference between living or dying the next turn. Because if it did, say for instance, haste it, that was dead Zanza, just dead Zanza.
Yeah, I mean, if you got that thing got hasted, that would have been a very dead Zanza, or at least very very badly wounded Zanza.
Yeah, while you were gone, I did the maths. If you rolled average on getting its heads back, and it was still trying to regenerate its breath every head, you were dealing, on average, 100 fucking AoE damage a turn.
That's fine. It's fine.
That's if you rolled average. If you rolled good, which you usually do against us, then it was... let's see here.
We'd just be getting nuked, straight up.
So you guys are level 7 now,
about
right?
200.
Yeah, we're level 7 now.
Oh yeah, we'll be level 7.
Alright, so I guess Annika's going to do some researching.
Shit.
See how that goes.
Okay, so
I mean,
what's your max XP cap after all the arguments back and forth, etc., etc.?
For level 8 is 175.
Basically.
175.
No, it's not basically, it is.
No, I was going off on a thought and then I stopped.
Alright, so what's the one question you want me to answer for Annika?
What will stop its regeneration?
Okay. Yeah, I think that's fair. She spends a week, like, talking to the various scholars and clerics in town. She probably, like, at some point goes back to Meridia's tower, consults with her, comes back. Maybe even, like, experiments on the hydra from long range. And eventually comes to the conclusion that what will stop its regeneration is necrotic damage. If this hydra is suffused with radiant energy, then the natural opposite is necrotic. To stop the wild, untamed growth by rotting it away.
I'm pleased that my theory was correct.
Alright, how much does it cost to get us to scribe vampiric touch?
Also, someone needs to pay 50 silver for her to have been fucking around in the temple.
Fuck!
That's fine.
Well, that's what you get for rolling.
Ooh.
Let's see. Potions and scroll prices. What level is vampiric? I can look that up.
3.
Okay, 3, so it will cost 600 silver, and you'll probably have to go to Meridia for that, because dwarves don't do wizard things.
Sure. Ow. Alright, I've learned vampiric touch, guys.
Yeah, what about the rest of us, though?
It only has to stop it from regenerating.
Unless you want to fight that thing 1v1. I mean, I assume it only stops the...
Yeah, stopping the regeneration. That's all it needs to do. If I hit it with vampiric touch once, it can't regenerate.
That turn.
Yeah,
that turn. I can do that 3 times. So for 3 turns, its regeneration is stopped entirely. If so, others can also do necrotic, that'd be dope. I mean, the reality is, Zanza could do necrotic if he chose to wreath his blade in it.
Okay, first off, no.
Yeah, no, I know you won't, but you could. You could do necrotic. That's why I've just spent 60 gold, because you won't. But
Also, that feels kind of, I don't know, that feels a little cheesy. I'm willing to expand the elements you'll use, but I don't know.
You're a Kensai, you can literally choose any form that you want the body's energies to manifest itself. But
I mean,
you've tied up to the
technically, I
Seek
only
thing,
can do
so
that.
yes. So
I can
no,
only
I don't expect you to. I don't blame you for not. Although I still kind of blame you for not. But
Technically, I can only do that because it's homebrew. Actual Kensei is shit, and you can't do that.
It's not shit, it's just average.
It's shit.
no, there are
No,
other monk,
let's-
and the other monk is good. But that's your
Now,
fault. You
unless my
wanted to choose
damage
the
reduction-
worst monk because you like being salty.
Now, unless my damage reduction lets me... Actually, the best monk would be Tranquility Monk, and that would be healing.
Exactly.
The
I told
worst
you.
For this.
Yeah, no. I told you though that you picked the worst monk because you like being salty. Regardless of whether it's useful against the Hydra, you picked the worst monk. You like being salty.
Well, I didn't pick Sun Soul Elementalist, technically.
Let's see.
Sun Soul is fun.
Yeah, better
It
than
has-
Kensei.
Is it Sun Soul? It's Elementalist and Sun Soul that have key consumption problems.
Still
All their
better than
cool
Kensei.
stuff costs a shit ton of key.
I mean, probably, but it doesn't make it not fun.
So this is level 4. We're level at 7 now.
Yes, you are level 7.
Yep.
Oh god. Okay.
Like some people are gonna
I
be.
don't
fucking stacked
know-
for this.
Okay. This. Oh, I don't want to do that actually. That way, I wouldn't be in character. Well, actually, I don't know. Okay. I'm level 7, which means I get a 4th level spell.
You do.
I could, in theory, go out of my way to learn Blight.
That's a good spell.
To
It's a
fight
great spell.
this Hydra.
There's also what Shadow of Moil. That's
Well,
necrotic, and
I could I wait, question. Could I use like downtime to learn to learn new spells or
Yes.
exchange my spells?
Yep, that is
'Cause I could-
specifically a function of the training downtime action.
Because, I mean, as a warlock of the Undying Light, Merisiel wouldn't be very comfortable having that spell, but considering the greatness of this foe, she would probably consider getting it temporarily in order to fell this creature and then later get rid of that knowledge because it's bad. She doesn't really,
dude,
not that
Shadow of Moil is a fucking dope thing you could get as a necro. Sorry, as a warlock even. Where fiery shadows wreath your body until the spell ends. So you have resistance radiant, and anytime you take damage within 10 feet, you deal 2d8 necro. Which is very neat. I believe it was in Xanathar.
So what do you think? Should I pick up Blight?
Let's see here. What the fuck does Blight do?
A bunch of
Just
necrotic
raw
damage.
necro
Oh, just
damage.
raw a raw
It's a
8d8 boomer.
Big necro blast. That's it. That's all it is. It's a
That's pretty
fat
fucking.
8d6 necrotic damage. I mean, I
you
also
can
have.
flavor it in any way. It's juicy.
I also do have hex, which means I could just hex it and then stand back and just keep flinging eldritch blasts at it for 1d6 necro damage.
Yeah, I mean,
Uh,
you just
it
have to
stops
do
your
that 1d6,
regeneration.
and that stops
Yeah.
its regeneration. So there you go.
Like, does it matter how much I
Nope.
dump into it?
Nope.
No.
It literally
Really?
a point of necrotic damage will stop
I just
its
have to hit it each round.
Yep, just hit it each round with something.
Jeez, fuck.
Got any way to reliably hit every time?
Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast. I can just cast Eldritch Blast twice around. I mean, that's basically all I have.
Let's see here. What do you get it for? Banishment, Blight, Charm Monster. Wait, you could just charm a Hydra, right? Charm Monster is a 4th level Warlock spell, dude.
Charm it to do what? Kill itself? You can't.
Yeah.
You'll just, like, walk it out of the lake somewhere.
I mean, you could give it Elemental Bane and make it weak to all of Marcus's Radiant even.
That's...
Hmm.
No, it can only get rid of resistance.
No. Elemental Bane turns all the damage they take into Necro.
What?
Right?
No.
Is that what spell does?
Elemental Bane
No.
removes resistance, not immunity nor regeneration. Resistance, and causes you to take more damage of that type.
Of that type. Okay. So, I mean, if you did hit it... If you took Elemental Bane and learned what? If you did Elemental Necro, every time your Hex triggered, it would nuke them more for more, but...
I think they're both concentration spells anyway, so that's sort of moot. I know Elemental Bane is.
Yes, Elemental Bane is. I don't know.
The question is Hex? Yeah, Hex is concentration, so you can't have them both anyway.
Dude, what is Sickening Radiance? That sounds cool.
The
oh my
best
God,
spell.
You
It's
can
actually
learn
terrible.
Summon Greater Demon. That's really funny.
I can't imagine why any Warlock would ever want to learn Summon Greater Demon. That's silly.
I know, right? Let's see here. Sickening Radiance. A dim greenish light spreads within a 30-foot radius sphere, centered on a point you choose in range. The light spreads around corners and it lasts until the spell ends. When a creature moves into the spell's area for the first time on a turn, or starts its turn there, it must succeed a con save or take 4d10. Ah, Radiant. Sad.
Ah, shit! Did they delete the Astrana on GitHub?
Yes.
Yes.
It's gone.
Ah!
I know, I was sad too, but it was illegal and it was bound to happen. I'm just sad that it did already. It suffers a level of exhaustion and then also starts emitting light. It makes it impossible for it to benefit from being invisible. God, Sickening Radiance is cool as shit. Like, useless against the Hydra, but in general, that's the fucking coolest
Yeah, it's a really cool spell.
evocation. Yeah.
Day is
There
it
aren't
now?
many great 4th level Warlock spells. There's
Nope.
Summon Greater Demon, Sickening Radiance, Banishment, and Blight. Oh, and Charm Monster, if you really, really want it. I mean, Summon Greater Demon is Summon Greater Demon, which is it's awesome, but, you know, not very Merisiel.
Yeah, just summon up Lord Winter's wife and have a conversation with her.
Does she even fall into Greater Demon? I don't think Greater Demon can pull people that powerful.
No, it can't, unless you're like 20th level.
So, Areshka, can you just have a sit down? Let's just have a seat right over here, please.
Yeah,
I need to
yeah,
have a
go. Would you please
conversation
take a
with
seat?
you.
We pour
There's
a
some
cup of tea.
things I need to talk to you about.
Alright. So, does, aside from
Wait,
picking spells, has
where's the
everyone
top?
got their levels done?
Yeah.
I have a
Alright.
question.
Yeah.
Historical figures, bestiary, there's... The downtime rules are in what?
They're in the
Plus
mechanics. And
Ah, there we go.
I've showed it to you guys like
Just found
twice. It's 250 silver and a week.
So 250 silver.
Oh, I also get another invocation? Oh, fuck. Where are my invocations?
I forgot that I randomly gave myself a character resource of Borks. Total unlimited. I've performed 8 Borks.
8 boards.
So-
I could actually take Agonizing Blast.
So, if we can give me a second. All right. So I still want to go through the process. Are we okay? So are we not going back, even if we can get reinforcements?
No, we are fully intending to go back. Just we have to make sure we are ready to fight that thing.
Okay. Zanza wants to make the effort to get some reinforcements to help with this. Because I have a feeling that even if we stop its regeneration, it doesn't mean we're going to win the fight.
Mm-hmm.
Need some more hands, need some more meat shields, need some more help in general. So,
That's a good question.
I also want to hijack Frida for this.
Oh, whoops! I completely forgot to write down one of my invocations in this fucking game. In this thing. Oh shit.
Because here's the thing. You're saying, why would anybody want to deal with this? We're talking about a monster, a hydra. This is already a legendary creature that has now become the likes of which nobody has ever seen. Do you have any idea how many adventurers and warriors are going to want to crack at it to say that they were responsible for hunting down the first?
I mean, we don't really care about the who handled it factor. We just care about handling it.
I just care about handling it. The other people are going to care about getting the fame and glory that comes with being involved in handling. And
What says that? Like, dwarves already got murdered trying to do that shit.
I mean, yeah, a few of them have already died, and all of them because they didn't know how to beat it. So I get Frida. We go around, you make persuasion checks, talk up this monster as being this legendary evil that needs to be slain by a group of heroes, and try to see who we can net in to help us
Okay.
with it.
So you want to exploit Frida to what ends?
Performance. Because we're going to be going around tavern to
So
tavern.
you just want to play music?
I mean, bards tell tales. It's part of their thing.
Okay, so now I ask you what I have been like not listening because all the talk, 1 year, etc.
Okay.
So you want to exploit Frida for what purpose?
I wanted Frida to at least, I don't know, maybe be my coach to help me talk up this monster and see whatever brave other warriors we still can get to try to destroy this thing. I also think it'd be wise just to check with the higher councils to see if they will be interested in destroying this
Okay,
thing.
so instead of fucking inciting panic into the goddamn people around the city, why don't we just you instead go to the fucking high dwarven command of this current hall and ask them?
I mean, sure, if they want to be involved.
Yes, because they are the ones that, you know, control, like, the city and, you know, guards and soldiers and fucking armaments and everything else.
I mean...
Okay, so if you want to attack a country, do you go around your neighborhood and tell people we should go do that? Now you go to the fucking top brass, correct?
Also, I don't want to hear that shit from you, Kreshia.
What's up?
But you typed in the chat. I'll keep arguing, but at least I don't just say fuck you, I'm doing it anyways.
That's true.
All I'm saying is don't throw that shade at me. But I don't know, like everybody else was saying that the guard's not going to care because they're just going to fuck up and go to another town. Now you're saying the guard will care. Well, go talk to the guard.
It seems here's the thing. More than likely, they won't give a shit. That's a percentual probability. Remember?
Yeah.
You done math, dude. You know about probability. So here's the thing. There's a high probability that they won't give a fuck because if this bomb goes off, and it goes off well, they can just fuck straight off and never have to deal with the fucking Hydra. In worst case, they have to deal with the Hydra because supply is on the lake. Or they fuck off, don't go to the lake up there, go to the big lake by the down there by the town, and create a fucking trade route with the townsfolk as well, because it's a pass-through.
We'll go up and talk to the guards then, before we try to rally any would-be adventurers.
Indeed. That was confirming on Marcus there.
So yeah, what's the process we got to go to if we want to talk to the higher ups about this thing?
Define
You're
higher
probably
ups.
gonna have to go talk to.
Like, can we just find a guard captain and be like, hey, we have some information about the Hydra. He's a serious threat. And we want to try to rally an organized effort to take this thing out. Do we have to go through legal bullshit paperwork? I don't know.
Alright, so let's be clear here.
Yes.
the guard captain wants nothing to do with this hydra. They've sent, like, at this point, 3 or 4 entire parties of adventuring dwarves to kill it. And they keep not doing it, because it's scary. So what exactly do you want him to do? Just, like, rally the entire city guard to go butcher the thing?
I don't fucking know. My idea was to get the adventurers.
I mean, you are the adventurers. The other
What
adventurers all
if-
died
My idea
already.
is to get the other adventurers.
They
that
all
have
died
not-
already.
Is there no other person who would be interested in taking this thing on if they knew the weakness?
If they knew the weakness, you can try and rally some of the guards, or, like, put out a call to another town. But yeah, like, the adventuring companies of this town have already tried to fight the Hydra and died. Like, Annika was the most recent one, but... Actually, not even the most recent one. Someone else got there after her.
So you were saying that there is a finite amount of adventurers who have tried this, and no more are willing to try.
I'm saying all of the adventurers in this area who are capable of trying have tried already and died.
Okay.
You can go to another town and get their adventurers, or you can recruit, like, the city guard and such here, but yeah, you are out of, like, level 3 adventurers.
If the
Okay.
town
There
cares...
is. Let me just point out something. There is a druid circle right next here, correct?
So that's a good point. So somewhere in this region, let me move you guys back to the world map here. Somewhere in this region, you know that there is a proper, like, druid circle where Gwen is. However, during the course of the week, I think, if you mention druids at all, you will be pointed to the old belfry tower at the very edge of Old Town, where they say that some sort of strange religious sect has sort of holed up there on the old church grounds.
Oh,
The dwarves don't know that they're druids, because dwarves don't give a shit about any of that sort of thing, but the vibe you get from the talk around town is that, yeah, they probably are druids. And they've been recruiting dwarves, too, which is even weirder, because generally dwarves don't use magic, they just smith magic.
what? Okay, some magical fucknuts are in town.
Yes, the hippies have come to town.
I'd love to go hang
Okay,
out
so
with
the
these
actual
hippies. That's
druids
fun.
are in town. Okay, so the actual druids are in town. So
Maybe we make an appeal to them.
I mean, I'd just like to see them for the fuck of it. If I'm in town for a week doing magical prep, it's certainly more fun with a bunch of
Yeah.
mystical weirdos than it is by myself in the tavern.
I guess Zanza will make the effort
you
to...
abandon Frida. She tries to become better bard.
I
Are
guess
you learning to be a better bard at magical stuff? Otherwise, I'll totally help you. Or, also drag you to the magical weirdos, because that sounds fun.
Yeah, because she learns magic by being, social and talking to
Right.
people and getting.
Oh, then of course she gets basically carried from obligation to obligation, including, let's go check out some magical weirdos at the Belfry. Fuck
Yeah, let's go take a look.
Let's go check out some magical weirdos. I love this.
Zanza will try to make an appeal to the druids. If it is a mutated creature, they might be interested in taking it down so nature can take its course. Zanza at least is from the perspective that this thing is unnatural.
Alright, so I think just the regular party will end up going to the belfry here. Because your various companions are all, finishing up their levels when you guys head up there. Boop. Let me grab another map here.
Sure.
Let's see. Hopefully this one actually has dynamic lighting on. It does, okay. Boop. And Mary and Zanza are, of course, back up to full health.
Oh yeah, yay.
Yeah. You do not, in fact, just sit there and bleed to death. during the course of the week. But yeah, so you guys head up to the very edge of Old Town, to where this huge church to Kandarn used to stand, but it's been demolished in the war. And the grounds around it have pretty much gone to riot, overgrown with trees and vines and other growths that have spread down from the mountainside. And as you near the ruins, you see, indeed, dwarves milling around outside, pruning the trees. They are all wearing a dark green frock with a simple leaf badge pinned to the shoulders, and seem to be whistling happily to themselves as they work.
Alright. Guess Zanza will hop on forward to the inner circle. Nobody stops him.
I mean, see no reason to stop him. It's not like Zanza's going to try and immediately alienate anyone.
I mean,
Yeah.
I meant more the dwarfs.
Yeah, no, the dwarves just see you coming, and they smile at you, and one of them waves.
I'll wave back.
Yeah. They seem perfectly content to have strangers wandering around.
What's this in front? Is it just like a mass of trees?
It is a huge, thick wall of trees, almost impassably thick.
I'll be polite and not just jump over it.
Alright.
Go around, which I assume...
As you get near that dwarf acolyte, he just, sets these massive pruning shears down and turns to you and says, "Welcome, friend. What brings you to
Hello
our
there.
encampment?"
I was hoping to speak to somebody of higher authority amongst the Druid Circle. Would this be the way to the entrance? And I'll point to where I was going.
"Ah, that it is. You'll want to go to the old tower, at the Tree of Life in the middle. That is where our leaders sit."
Alright then. Thank you very much for the information.
He gives you a bow.
Zanza will hop along.
Hop along, Zanza. Yeah, there's enough room to, squeeze by through here.
Dynamic lighting confused me.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
So as you get over there, boop, you see a pair of figures standing in the center of this crumbling belfry tower. And in the center of it, however, is a massive oak tree, one of the largest trees you've ever seen, growing up well over the old walls of the tower and spreading its boughs, whatever you call them, out to the winds. But underneath, you see...
Boughs?
Yes, the bowels.
Boughs?
Yes.
Boughs.
Boughs. Okay, there you go. I've never heard that word pronounced.
I was like, what the fuck is a boffle pose? Oh, shit.
So, yeah, there's a fox
bow-
bees.
bows?
The bows of the trees. Boughs, whatever. There's a black-skinned fox bee with a pair of big golden ears and a striped golden tail swishing behind her, and she is currently talking to what can only be another elf, one of Kreshia's kin, with brown skin, a pair of bright green eyes, and green-dyed hair that spills off to one side down a lush fur robe.
I'll try to interpose myself politely in the middle of the conversation.
Alright, yeah.
Yo, hello? Might any of you two be the ones in charge?
Yeah, the elf will stand up and take a step towards you and say, "Ah, we have newcomers, yes. I am Merisiel, the leader of this circle. Well, what will soon be a circle, I hope."
Soon be a circle. You mean you're still building your ranks?
"Yes, of course. As you can see, there are only a handful of us here, but we are welcoming newcomers all the time." She'll give you a smile.
And Zanza will kind of make a face like, "Ah, shit."
Yes, it's time to listen to the Jehovah's Witnesses.
No, it was more of like, oh shit, we can't ask them for help when they only have 2 people. Oh, well, I see. I guess that sort of puts a damper on my plans.
Oh?
Maybe
you
you
come
can
here?
still help. Maybe you can still help us in other ways. First, let me introduce myself. My name is Zanza Ilgade. I'm a knight of the realm.
Zanza Ilgade. A pleasure.
And
She'll give you a
Zanza
little
will hop
curtsy.
up. Zanza will hop up for handshakes.
Alright. And she'll
reason why-
look past you, like, as you're shaking her hand. She sees Kreshia, and the druidess will immediately just release your hand and take a knee. I see I am graced with a royal presence as well.
Sorry, dear. Looks like they noticed you.
Kreshia. Skow.
I think that's Kreshia attempting to be invisible.
No,
No, yeah, no,
you
we can't hear
cannot.
you.
Motherfucker, I even muted.
Now you can
Okay.
hear her.
Well, we can hear you
Whatever.
now.
I rejoined. Awesome. Yeah, she'll pause between pipe puffs. Miss Arcithia, it's a pleasure to meet you. Didn't expect to go noticed. It's been kind of a while. And I'll blink a few times and step closer.
With your permission, she'll stand and sort of
Of
dust her
course,
knees
yeah,
off.
please, stand up. It's okay, I've never been one for, observing royal procedure. That's more mothers than some of my sisters' bags.
Well, I can't say I've had the pleasure of meeting you, but I have seen your portrait in the palace. I've come from Galavos itself, only some months ago.
You don't say. How does everyone fare? It's been a while. I get a little bit homesick from time to time.
The capital is stronger than ever. Slowly but surely our people rejoin the waking world.
I'm relieved to hear that, very genuinely. Things are getting a little bit darker in this side of the lands.
So I've heard. Another princess has sent word north that there may be a ancient enemy of ours returning to the world. Distressing.
Very much so. A message I passed on to one of my sisters to hopefully make way further back home again. I hesitate to mention the full details of such a matter, but they aren't falsehoods.
That is a situation we are working on in the meantime. However, I wanted to talk about something else. A more immediately pressing matter that's closer to the town than one would like.
Gotta
Well,
glance
how can
down
I
at
help you?
Zanza and shrug at us, and Theo, there's like a, go ahead and listen, it's cool.
I was
I
already
go
talking
back
to
to
her.
smoking.
Shush.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I know. But she then looked over your shoulder to me, so I'm like, it's fine. Like, keep on going with this. I'm a back up into this corner and smoke my pipe. You handle that. It's good.
Savin.
I mean, she's waiting for you to talk.
Oh, you didn't respond when I said some things.
I didn't hear you say those things then.
Alright. Either way, we have a pressing matter that's closer to the town than one would like. I understand that the dwarves are planning to relocate soon, but I don't think that solves the issue. You've heard of the Hydra, yes?
Ah, yes. I'm sorry, but there's little I can do to help you with that. You're not the first group of adventurers to come seeking assistance.
Yes, I fortunately see that now. It would be very unfair to press such a burden on a developing circle of druids. I had thought initially that the druids would be interested due to the Hydra's new strange nature.
New strange nature, do tell.
Yes, well, to at least tell you the details without expecting anything of you. We went to fight the Hydra, of course, trying to slay it ourselves. What we found was nothing less than an abomination. We don't know exactly how it was mutated. The Hydra is not a normal Hydra. It's immune to its normal weaknesses of fire and acid. And instead of having whatever elements Hydras are usually associated with, it does a strange, corrupted form of radiant damage. To the point where even the corpses of its victims grow strange, tumorous cancers on them, shooting out dark limbs and tethers from the body parts.
I see, that's most distressing. I've never heard of a Hydra quite able to breathe such energies.
In such a way that causes damage rather than healing. Actually, that was stupid because radiant damage is a thing, but either way, I'm honestly worried about the effects it will have on it. If it ever travels outside of its lake, it'll be a massive threat to any town or group of people it comes across. Not to mention, its breath itself could have very damaging effects on nature around. I figured that if anyone would be more interested in trying to stop something that is clearly not natural, it would be the Druid Circle. But that was before I knew you were still developing.
Well, this particular circle is, but I do know of another, not all that far away, the Circle of Ancients.
That was the hope. Do you think this would be something the Druids would be interested in? And if so, do you think they would help us fight the creature?
I certainly think it's worth asking. I can send word to my Lady Gwen.
Your Lady Gwen? Is she the higher up of another circle?
She leads the Green Knights, yes.
She like kitties.
Green Knights. If they're Knights of the Realm, then of course they'll be implored to help.
Savin, Gwen was the
Yes.
kitty druid, right? Yeah.
Yes, she was.
Zanza, we've met Gwen. She's the, kitty druid.
Oh, it's that
She
Gwen?
like kitties.
Yes.
I swear, as soon as we're done with one mission with her, we just rope her into another one. We should just think about recruiting her into our party.
Let's not do that.
I'm afraid she might be a bit busy for that, but yes, Gwyneth Abrams leads the Green Knights, protectors of all that is natural in this world.
And they'll certainly want to have something against this Hydra, for it's anything but natural. Either way, I can at least thank you for the favor and information.
She'll nod her head. It's my pleasure. If there's anything I can do to help, please, I would not have this beast destroying my new friends here, and she'll indicate the dwarves outside. I never thought I'd see dwarves converting to the green faith.
Well, this may be counterproductive to ask, and please don't take offense, realize that it's only out of necessity. But you've learned that the creature is weak against necrotic types of damage. Anything in nature and alchemy that could apply such a thing to a blade?
Yes, I suppose that's possible.
Well, if I could request the services to acquire such things, I of course will pay for whatever work that's needed to be done.
She'll nod and seem to think for a moment. A blight is as much a part of nature as is growth, after all. Yes, I can prepare a blade oil, but I will need something special. It's not something I would normally keep the components around for.
If it's a chore to get, and it's relatively close, I can of course set out to go get it myself. Me and mine are very capable. And if it's not all such a... if it's only a problem of location rather than rarity, I'd be even able to get it myself.
Yes, the problem is location. Some distance away, perhaps a day's journey north of the halfway fortress, there grows a grove of fungus. They are toxic to almost all forms of life. Though it's dangerous to handle, if you can bring me some of these fungi, I believe I could craft several blade oils for you.
Any tips on ways of handling it? If it's dangerous to all life, I'd like to not die to a fungus.
Well, don't touch it or breathe it. If you can use gloves and perhaps a mask, that should save you from the worst of it. And try not to expose them to light if you can help it. Go to the grove at night.
Right. Go towards there at night. Make sure to bring gloves and a mask, and have a bag that will be sealed tight.
Yes, I believe that will see you through safely.
All right. It's only a day's travel. Is that by foot or by horse?
She said north of the halfway fortress. So, from you guys, it's like 3 or 4 days away.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What about... Zanza's not going to be able to get there in a timely matter, like a day or two.
No, you can't. Just, I mean, it'll take you like a week.
Someone's going to want to wait a week for sword blade. I suppose if we organize an effort and then get enough for everybody, then it'd be worth it.
You could also just send NPCs to do it, like you have excess party members that you can't use right now.
I mean, I guess. But if we're waiting for that, I think it'd be faster if Zanza just went and got it. What's the party say?
I mean,
are we
you
going to
move
wait
at
for
the same speed as a horse.
I move a little bit faster.
Your overland speed is the same.
Either way, what's the verdict? Does everybody want to wait for necrotic blade balming, blade oils to try to fight this thing?
Doesn't sound like a bad idea. Also, I'm going to be AFK for a little bit longer, sorry.
While we wait for that to get done, I suppose we could go off and watch the big boom. Since that should be in like 2 days. If it takes a week to get back, we could go over there and then come back. I guess Zanza, back in character, will ask Aristia, do you know any people I could pay to probably and safely go out and retrieve some of this? And how much could you make and how quickly?
So you're asking the druidess if she knows any people?
Yeah, if she knows any people I can hire, and how much can she convert into the oil in a timely fashion? If I want to get enough to have extra.
She could potentially make, I think, let's say 3 oils in a week. So that'll give you guys a downtime action.
That is painfully slow.
Hey man, you're making magic items.
Would knowledge with herbalism kits also help with that? So you can teach me
yeah, like anyone with an herbalist kit or poisoner's kit could potentially assist and make this go faster, yeah.
I have a herbalist kit. Could also learn the way to make the oil.
Yeah.
Just in case this ever comes up again.
You could, absolutely. So she will say that unfortunately most of the adventurers in town have already tried to go mess with the Hydra.
I guess it's not so much adventurers as it would be scouts I'm hiring, or maybe low-level adventurers. It is just a simple retrieval job.
Yeah, I don't think she knows anybody. She's not native to this area. She's not willing to send like any of her acolytes.
Well, yeah, I was going
to do it.
That's why you have adventuring boards. Post a job offer.
No.
Really?
She doesn't know. No, she doesn't know anybody in this town.
Oh,
really.
I was talking about myself. Like I could just make a
job.
Oh
yeah,
offer.
You could just put up an adventuring board. Yeah, absolutely.
I was about to say, what do you mean I can't do that? That's...
This D&D, I can do whatever I want.
Guess that just takes more time. All right. So the big boom is well, the trek for the big boom happens in 2 days, right?
No, the trek for the big boom starts like tomorrow.
Oh, okay. I post up the job offering, tell people the details they need to know, offer up some of my gold, maybe during the adventure, try to see if there's any other warriors left I can gather and try to help fight this thing. And if not, then at least we'll have oils for the rest of the group to use on their blades. And maybe a little bit extra.
Alright. So let me
I almost
want to
do this myself just so that there's a higher chance of assured quality, but that would be splitting the party, and if anything big happens during the boom, then that'll be bad.
I mean, you can just play an NPC, but speaking of NPCs, you also have this lineup of people you know in town who would probably be willing to assist you. You can send one or more of them off to go do it for you, since, yeah, you guys have a bunch of adventurers and know a traveling merchant here in town.
What about Terran? How does he feel about this? I get him
What
to do it.
would we be sending them off to do again?
Sending them off to get some necrotic poisonous plants so that we can make necrotic damage oils for the swords.
That would be a good idea. We
What's
need
it?
someone versed in plants, though.
I mean, if I tell them how to handle the plant and tell them that their life is at risk for poor handling and pay enough, I figure I can get enough adventurers who at least have that much sense to go out and go get it. Put very clear instructions. Don't try to cheapen them of information they might need. And pay what the job is worth. Although I might have a problem with that since we just leveled up, and leveling up is like, what again, 200 silver?
250, I think.
Yeah, 250 is to level up. Yeah.
250 silver?
Yeah.
Oh, I think I'm poor. Actually, I don't think I can do this anymore.
How are you poor?
Like, on my sheet, last time I checked, I only had like 165. I think I
The
had
party, everyone in the party literally got like a shitload of money.
probably forgot to mark it down. That on my sheet reverted or something.
Or perhaps maybe you left it in the treasury where it's safe.
There's also that. Forgot about the treasury.
I mean, I did. I left a whole bunch of it in the treasury for safekeeping, because fuck.
I mean, it's not like I've used my money for all that much, except for like the clothes where we splurged and Frida helped out. I assume we have enough for leveling up and then still paying the price for all this. But until then, I'm going to assume I have no pocket money. Can I go to the bank and make a withdrawal?
The party bank?
No, not the party bank. I mean, didn't we put some money away in an actual bank with banknotes?
No.
Really? That was... Have we literally just been carrying around all of our money? I'm pretty sure that at one point we deposited some of it in the bank.
I think you set a bunch aside to be used to build an orphanage.
I could have swore the bank was the thing.
Well,
Am I the only one who remembers this?
I mean, when I sold the Residium to the treasury, I did make the suggestion that maybe wandering around with a literal fortune on each of us wouldn't be the most ideal situation, and that the majority of it would be safe in the royal treasury for safekeeping.
did you actually do that, though?
I did.
Okay. Well,
So I'm wondering if I even have enough
I
money
have two
to
sets of
level up
currency on
account.
my character, one that's in the equipment and one that's in the bio page. And the bio page is the stuff that's in the fucking, what's it,
Zanza's probably gonna have
in
to
the
go
bank.
do this himself anyways.
I have 8,000 silver in the bank.
How much money do we have? Like, I only have 165 written down. What about everybody else? Am I just like...
Let's
Wait.
see. After I paid for the orphanage, after I paid for everything else, after I paid for the magical item crafting, I had 10 platinum, 35 gold, 109 silver and 24 copper.
Where did all my money go?
I have 11,000 silver altogether total.
I think Mary might have been hoarding all the party's money.
I did not. Am I the only one who wrote down the money we got from selling the Residium?
No, I have spent mine.
Alright, so
Apparently, me and Marcus are just perpetually poor.
Seer's just been following the two of you around, just pulling all of the money off of your character sheets.
Fuck, I don't
Well,
fucking.
But the,
I slide the fucking the 15 gold to
I mean, a
Marcus
chunk of,
so he can
like-
have, buy food at least. Jesus
like a
fuck,
sizable
man.
chunk of the money was sent to pay for the orphanage, and everyone else got a cut of what was left, and it was not an insignificant amount of money
Yeah, it was 5
for each
grand
person.
ahead.
Yeah, it was a lot.
I don't know where that money went. I haven't.
Did you just
spent-
not
then
write
you
it
never-
down?
You never picked it up. They just had money sacks waiting, and you never went to pick your shit up. So it's still back in the fucking treasury. Good going. So once you get to Rune City, there's literally a fucking, what's it called? A Donald Duck cartoon bag with a big fucking dollar sign on it. It's a money bag. Waiting for you.
I mean, I fucking guess. If anybody wants to lend me enough silver to level up and do this job posting, for now.
Sure, I can toss you money. How much do you need? You're in wait, wood, what's it called? Not mercantile, what's the other one? Marshall. This is a Marshall city, correct, Savin?
What?
It's a Marshall
Is
City.
this a Marshall city?
Marshall City is in, like, there are warriors here?
Well, traders and all that shit, you know, to
I mean,
reduce
yeah,
trading
like,
costs.
this is a place where dwarves exist, so yes, like, there's fighters here.
Okay, will that all give him a discount for the training?
I don't think you guys know any trainers here, so no.
Okay, never mind then. Let's see. 2 platinum is 20 gold, which is 200
Okay,
silver.
look, if people are really looking for money, we have a bunch of treasure and coinage in the party loot that we can distribute and sell. There's 3,000 silver in there. There's 10,000 copper. There's a 1,300 silver gemstone.
Look, okay, just like I'm just gonna ask for enough to level up. If somebody can cover up my level up cost, and then
Yes.
I'll put the.
Frida will give you the money. Calm your bacon
I
down,
know.
son.
No, give me a second. My headache is growing ever worse.
That's because you
just-
think too hard.
Just let me level up, and I'll put down the rest of my 100 silver for this job offering. You know, get enough people, pay more than one person, of course, and be able to, I don't know, get a cart of this shit.
Can you even afford a cart?
That's a good fucking point. Do we still have our cart, or was that also just like eventually lost?
Where did we put the cart last? Did we leave it at the garden hall or?
Oh my fucking god. Oh shit.
Yeah, I think the cart's here in Karnthold.
Cool. Still have it.
We also have one spare draft horse in the treasure pile. It's just
Linda-
sitting in there.
draft
It's
horse.
laying down on all the money. So
All right.
it's now slowly turning into a dragon.
And just so this doesn't come up, is there anybody I can talk to let them know that I'm going to do this job posting so that the guards don't strike me down when I bring in all this fucking poison, at least close to town?
I mean,
Or this poison?
The fungus is apparently very dangerous to be around, so there's going to need to be some safe handling precautions set up. And I don't think I can bring it into town.
you
'cause
can
that
just get one of the princesses to put the seal on it. Or like write a letter.
I'm just thinking
right,
of logistics.
Right, who what?
I'm just trying to think of these logistics so they don't come back and bite me in the ass.
I mean, just between us casually, have enough clout that it's like if Savin would suddenly go, by the way, the guards shake down, be like, there's some fucking princesses here, and Sim be like, yeah, fair. Okay, cool. Worrying a little bit too much. Don't worry about it. It's all good.
How many people could I'll lend the cart, I'll lend the draft horse, encourage to bring anything else they can carry with it, and I'll make the job offering. I'll put down all the information they need to know to heed the dangers of this fungus and how to safely handle it. You know, go at night, bring gloves and a mask. Don't let the fungus be exposed to light, and who they're bringing it to and where they're going to put it.
Okay, so you do know that the easiest way to handle a fungi who uses spores is a glass jar and wax.
Okay, then I guess that if there's big enough glass jars, I don't know. Glass jar thing just seems to be asking for an accident where they break open. I don't know.
Yeah, but what happens if you know, that's why you put wax on it. You put a cap on it, like a big cork, and
the
then you
druids,
cover it in wax.
and is the druid circle leaving too, or are they staying in the town? Or at least around the town?
I mean, yeah, the druid's setting up shop here.
Okay, they're setting up shop here. I'll leave the location of bringing the fungus back with them just in case we're not back yet. And they can start making the oils while we're gone. And then when I return, I can go and help with that. That sound good?
Are you asking me or the party?
I'm asking you.
I mean, yeah, hire adventurers, they'll go get your shit and come back. Yeah, that's simple.
Alright, now give me a second. I need to go get an aspirin, because holy fuck.
Jesus, this should not be this hard.
Why are we hiring other adventurers when we have these adventurers right here who are already with us?
I don't fucking know.
Because I'm trying to get enough. I don't know. Multiple people to handle it. I don't know. Savin could say like, hey,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5 to 6 people you know in the town here.
Are we gonna send them all away? I imagine Frida. I imagine Kreshia still wants Frida around. Annika doesn't want to do this because she's Annika.
I mean, have you asked?
Okay, I'll ask. Will she do it?
What
Alright.
would you like done?
If this is to help us fight the Hydra, I'm sure she would love to do it.
Yeah, Annika's
What?
totally willing to go get shit to make killing the Hydra easier.
Okay.
What is it that you would like, Zanza?
The job is to find a special mushroom that can be
Special.
used. Can be used by the druids to make into a weapon oil that will imbue a weapon with the ability to do necrotic damage.
Okay, that sounds good to me. Where is this mushroom located?
It's
North of-
about 3 to 4 days away. It's a day's travel north of Halfway Fortress.
Okay. How long until the explosion?
The expedition to Explosion Land leaves in tomorrow.
Okay, so yeah, I'm happy to do it like right after explosion.
But we could send our extraneous party members to do it in our stead.
Yes, as a party member, I know that I would like to go see Explosion Land. I have no issues with people who don't want to stand vaguely in the range of a deadly explosion collecting mushrooms.
No, we mean sending our NPC companions to go do it for us because they're as a simple like side mission for them to do a fetch quest.
All right, send in the NPCs. I'll be right back.
Yeah. I will ask my daughter nicely, like, what would she rather do? See explosion or collect a mushroom?
As much as she would like to see an explosion, Sarah will say that she is proficient with, working with poisons, so...
She would be, then she'd be perfect for this.
Very qualified. Also,
That would be
doesn't really
okay.
want to explode, so there's that.
There is that. I promised I'll be really careful not to explode as well.
And, let's see. Would you guys let Iona go?
Well, that depends. I wanted to bring this up after everyone else had been done talking. As part of my downtime, not. I mean, not all of the downtime is devoted singularly to leveling up. There is some.
You have some
extraneous time.
off time, but not.
I would
enough
like to
do things.
Can I continue to talk with Iuna and try to convince her of a better path in life?
Yeah, I mean, you can continue this like overarching.
Yeah, I'd like
challenge.
to keep doing that over the week.
Sure, absolutely. Why don't you roll me a persuade check?
Okay, I don't have it. I don't have inspiration because we didn't kill the Hydra. So this is just going to be just a. What was it? Oh, right. Persuasion. Just give me a raw persuasion. Damn it! I really, really wish I had the persuasion to spend on that, because I really would have.
That would have been real nice.
Still a 19 though. I
Yeah.
mean, that's 19 is still pretty good.
Better than I did. So full disclosure, during like an entire session of like nonsense happening, I was like, sure, Kreshia's going to take some solo time and spend it speaking to Una and see if she would be okay with joining us. And then I fluffed every roll. What was it, like a
Did
1
you
and
really
a 2?
do that?
Yeah, I
didn't do
fucked
that.
up real bad. I did it secretly, but I was just like,
Oh.
look, I just want to handle this like out of everyone's way. Like I'm not.
Oh,
into the whole war.
is that when you went into the old town with the
No, it was
Erling?
right
Or
when you met her.
before that, even like when we met her, I was just like, look, they're all talking about like war and
Oh,
swords and
really?
shit. Not into that. How would you like to just spend some time with us and see how it's done adventurer style and try and make good things happen? I want to make good things happen. And I was like, it's a reasonable explanation and a reasonable reason for her to hang around. All right, let's give it a go. And it was a 1 and a 2.
Yeah. So
I just rolled.
again, it
Wow.
turns out Yuna's not here to like go on an adventure and make money. And
She's
No, she
idealistic.
literally, yeah,
She-
exactly.
She is on a fucking like ideal. She is an ideologue. What she wants is to purge hobgoblins.
Yep. I tried. I fluffed the roll super duper hardcore.
That said, so Mary, I think with a 19, you're not getting her to change her views on hobgoblins. Like, racism is real hard to get rid of. What you might be able to do, though, is change the way she goes about it from, like, we're going to get a bunch of people with spears and swords, and we're going to round them up, we're going to put them on boats and send them back to Mexico, I mean the Empire. Like, maybe you can start shifting her away from that perspective to where it's like, okay, let's solve our issues, like, with words.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. I want her to stop this whole, hobgoblins have to die or be sent away, and this country's only for us. I want to, like, she doesn't have to stop disliking them. That's hard.
Yes.
I want her to try to start working towards a more unified country. Like, I don't know.
Like, I think at the end of this, like, she's gone from purging to, like, okay, we can put the hobgoblins in ghettos. That's fine. They can stay here.
It's a one step at a time, Merisiel.
It is, one step at a time. Like, you have spent a week, like, debating with this were-tiger, right? Just every night, this is what you're doing. You're just hours-long discussions with her about philosophy, about how to deal with this. And eventually, over the course of this week, you're able to sort of shift her away from, like, just getting a posse together and throwing them out. To like, okay, well, we got to find some way to make it so hobgoblins and catfolks can live in the same place, but not have to be constantly exposed to each other because it hurts everybody.
Because segregation totally worked.
Yeah, exactly, right?
It's a process, okay? I'm gonna keep working on this. I will get through to her. It's just gonna take a while.
Yeah, ultimately.
I believe. I'm sure you'll do a better job than my 1 and 2, respectively. It's like, what's that?
That
Kreshia?
being
You're trained
said-
in persuasion? No, well, here you go, roll hot garbage.
Can we trust Iuna not to just simply run away?
How about asking sweet Borkling,
Sierra to just
Sierra?
maybe keep an eye on her?
Well, more than that, like, this wouldn't be the only time Sierra's been trusted to keep an eye on Una. Like, how does she feel about the whole idea? Do you think Una will, like, if she agrees to go help
good
do a
question.
thing, will she do it? Like, Sierra
That is
might have
true.
a good idea on that.
What does Sierra think of Iuna?
And does she want to do some smash with Una? Because really, not something that I personally have inquired into, but it is entirely on the cards.
No. Also,
Cool.
she will thank you to get out of her sex life.
Not something that, as I say, not something I have looked into personally.
Yes.
I know better.
But, yeah, she will tell you straight up, like, if Una decides she wants to leave, there's nothing Sierra can do about it. At best, Una just walks away from her. At worst, Sierra just gets brutally murdered. So, like, if Una tries to leave, Sierra says straight up she's not going to try and stop her. It's just going to end badly
Well,
for
do you
everybody.
think she... Well, it's more like, do you
Yeah.
think she will?
Does she think she will? It's hard to say. Let's give Sierra an insight check and see what she thinks.
Actually, I spent a lot of time with Iuna, too. I could also make
Yeah,
an
I
insight.
think why don't you
my
make one with
insight's
advantage?
my insight's very bad, though.
And
Mine's-
is it a positive
mine's-
number?
Mine is.
1.
Hey, it's better than Sierra's. Roll with advantage.
Seriously?
Sierra has no wisdom and is not trained, so yeah.
Christ. Well, maybe I'll roll really well.
Yep. Sierra thinks Yuna's pretty trustworthy. And so do you.
What does Kreshia think?
Yuna's pretty trustworthy.
Yeah.
She's given her word, and she seems like an honorable sort of bandit in her own twisted way.
Sure. Alright, yeah. And say that if Una is happy to go and do the thing, I don't have any complaints with doing so.
Okay.
Good insight there, Captain Snake Eyes.
All right.
Well, that's how it goes
so
sometimes.
Yeah. don't
That
disagree.
leaves Jeffrey and Taryn in your little party bank.
Does Taryn want to go? I mean, he's got his girlfriend here.
You say girlfriend, but
Well,
it's one
his
night
meth,
stand that got pregnant because he's bad at pulling out.
So how's that going, Taryn?
He doesn't want to talk about it. Also,
bad,
he,
huh?
he
He
kind
failed
of
his save versus nut.
he also does kind of want to get out of town because while you guys were gone messing with a hydra, they strung his brother up in the town square, and that's he didn't like his brother. He tried to kill him himself, but man, that's got some bad memories already forming there. So yeah, I mean,
Sure.
if you invite him to come with you, he'll trot along.
I will. Like, if he wants to go and
Mushroom
do
quest.
stuff, I will put a firm hand on his shoulder, look him straight in the eye, and ask him, "Are you going to abandon that poor young lady?"
He looks behind himself, like at the tavern, and looks at you and says, "What do you mean abandon? I'm a homeless vagabond now. It's
You're also a father. Whether you like it or not, or it was unexpected or not, that is what you are now.
they're better off without me. And look at me." And he will just like thump a fist on his big demon horns.
So, that doesn't change that you have a kid coming, and if you leave, they won't have you. They won't have their father, and they won't know who they are.
I mean, where else am I gonna go anyway? I don't know. I'm a little overwhelmed the last couple weeks, my lady.
That's understandable.
I don't exactly have a life plan right now.
Well, it's very simple. You can go anywhere, or you can go back to her and go home.
Aw, that's so sweet. I think, Frida, why don't you make a persuade check with advantage?
Okay. Persuade. Oh, fuck, Bardic. Oh, good thing. Shit.
Yeah, it's a good thing you had that advantage.
Yep, and
That's
then
22.
Taryn left his girlfriend and became a man whore. No.
So, 22
With,
there.
yeah, 22, yeah, I think you've certainly given him something to think about. It'll probably be a while before he sort of comes to terms with what's happened, but I think
That
the
is-
best place for him to be is probably here.
Yeah. It is perfectly understandable that this would be overwhelming considering what has happened in the past 2 weeks. Like week and a half, really, for him.
But yeah, alright. So, the party is brought down by Haskern from the tavern to the big stone ramparts that lead up out of the valley and to the surface.
Exciting.
On the next... What?
I said exciting.
Yes, exciting indeed. And out there are a number of dwarves milling about. A couple of these big armored badger knights on either side of a wagon train, each of which is bearing the symbol of the Barnholt Trading Company. And as Haskern walks you over, he says he would like to introduce you to Mr. Barnholt, the man who's made all of this research, and now all of this this glorious work he's about to finally unveil possible.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so as he's walking you over there, you notice one of the wagons, while the rest are open-faced and open-topped, this one is like a wooden box on wheels, and it's just covered in chains locking it down, and you can see straw poking out from between the boards. It's just packed with like padding material. And in very clear, large dwarven script on either side of it, it just says, "Do not touch." And Haskell just
Nice.
looks lovingly at this cart and puts his hand on
Is,
it as he passes and says,
It
"Ah,
says
yes."
Haskern. It says do not touch.
You can make an exception for its daddy.
I will eye
Smile.
the wagon warily.
Oh no, that's doing some weird multi meanings in my brain.
Yes.
Ugh. Oh, why does Window Eyes update want to restart my... Fuck off. You did that like 2 days ago, I'm sure.
Alright, so he takes you to the head wagon, where a bald dwarf with a huge flowing red beard and a long green and black cape is sitting talking to another dwarf, another equally bald man with a short beard, and several well-dressed dwarven nobles, who are all eagerly talking about their future profit expectations. But when Haskern approaches, the man of the hour is quickly welcomed into the group, and the head of the merchant consortium will step forward, that big red-headed dwarf, and he gives you all a broad, toothy smile underneath his beard and says, "Well, 2 princesses, a noble, and a human grace us with their presence. My. It's an honor to have all of you here with us. And I understand from Haskern here we have you to thank for all of this being possible."
It was
Well,
a
it'll be-
pleasure.
It'll be very interesting seeing this. I look forward to your demonstration.
It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, literally.
Well,
We've
I
never
mean,
had
let's not
such...
hope too literally. It would be nice to remain intact after it happens.
No, you misunderstand me. We have never before had such pure ancient residium. So much of it in one place. He'll sort of pat Haskern on the back and say, "This will be a mighty explosion, enough to carve us out a new city in one go. Then all it will take is a little elbow grease, and soon silver will flow like honey and wine throughout all the province."
Yeah, I'm just like trying really hard not to look at the wagon at the words "such pure ancient obsidian residium." I'm just like, yeah, it sure is great.
A weapon to surpass Metal Gear!
Metal Gear.
Oh my god.
Oh god, now all I can think of is the fucking just Japanese girl screaming at the dildo machine.
So, how far do we have to be for us to be safe from this explosion?
Alright, so, out here on the world map, this is where they're going to detonate the bomb. Yeah?
Yes.
Over here, he says, about 6 miles away, there's an old dwarven watchtower, and its associated garrison that used to be manned several centuries ago. Fell to ruin by the wayside as the years rolled by. It didn't fall to war, just was no longer needed. And they intend to set up camp there, 6 miles away from the point of impact. Everything should be great. Clearly, nothing will get that far. I mean, no bomb can be that enormous, right? Plus, you'll be up on a hill, so you'll have a nice vantage point.
I feel like 6 miles away is not far enough.
Nonsense. You want to be able to see the thing. And everyone's just silent like, I mean...
Could we be perhaps over here on top of this mountain?
Well, my lady, you're a princess. You can be wherever you'd like. I, however, and the nobles of this city, and our guards shall be at the watchtower, seeing in person the great glory of our dwarven race returning to the world in a fiery eruption.
Gonna make sure I have the shield spell up and ready as it will get. But that sounds like fun. I want to be quite close to this thing because it sounds awesome.
Yeah. And if it's a thing of our doing, it should be where it's at.
It is.
We are actually literally responsible for the fact that this will happen. So, out of character, I want some fucking radiation going here. Time to mute and goat.
Yes. Mute
Just
goat.
crawl
I'm
towards the
very
group
uncomfortable.
like some fucking Cthulhian mutated thing horror and just yell for him. It's like, Edward.
I'm really uncomfortable.
But yes, do it. Join us in the glorious radiated hellhole that we have created.
Jesus.
You have just as much to lose as the rest of us.
I mean, yeah.
So come on. We're all gonna take this fiery train to hell together anyway, so... You know what they say, if you're gonna go out to the back.
There's like a storm and it's fucking with my internet. It's very annoying.
So it's right here.
Yes, right
on the
there.
hill.
There's a little
So it's
watchtower.
really more like 8 or 9 miles away.
I mean, sure.
Uh,
Let me get a little icon. Doop.
I don't know, but I mean, if the whole party's gonna go there, yeah, sure. I guess I'm going.
It's cool. I'll stand in front of you.
That well. Alright.
So shiny.
I will count on you to protect me.
Alright, so
Got all the heckin' magic.
if the party
but
is
here's the
content...
thing, though. If
Everyone,
just
make sure to
for
stand
that-
really close to Kreshia in case things go really, really bad. She can teleport us to fucking.
Oh god, yeah.
Sports
Yeah,
Garden.
I can literally just bail us all out.
Yeah, it's too bad I can just put up tiny hut and just watch out the window in case there's a fucking radiation explosion. At
Right.
least we'll just watch
Somehow-
over.
Also true.
Somehow, I think that not even the tiny hut would survive that.
Oh, the tiny hut actually can survive it.
Yeah, the
only
tiny
thing it
hut's
can't
fucking-
survive-
I mean,
Amazing
as
and weird.
written, yes, but the DM is free. The DM is free to do whatever the hell he wants.
Yeah, if you get hit by a magical nuke, you don't get to survive. I'm sorry, but...
What's that about Tiny Hut not protecting you from magical nukes and box and D? Cough, cough, cough. Except for in that other game.
Yeah, I mean, in that other game, Tiny Hut is impenetrable, but... Look you.
I had a chat with Hedrah
Yes.
about that. It's like, as far as it's written, Tiny Hut, you could just live forever in it. Have someone who can cast Summon Bread and Water and just recast Tiny Hut before it ends, and it will get respawned every time it happens and just float through the expanse of space and time. It just doesn't end.
The
Just live
TARDIS is
forever.
actually a tiny hut, didn't you know?
Yeah, basically, that would be how it operates, except that's the next one. That's Thingamajig's Amazing Mansion. Whatever his fucking name is, I've forgotten.
Mel's?
No,
it's Mordenkainen's Magnificent
Mordecai.
Mansion.
Yes, Mordekaiser's Magical Mansion.
Yes. All three nerds almost at the same time.
Yeah.
Alright, so about 3 days goes by with a caravan of dwarves.
I mean, is
That's
there
not
anything
good.
interesting to learn in conversation with Sire
Yes.
Barnhold?
Barnhold.
Barnholt. Probably. What do you want to know? I'll give you a chance to squeeze some info out of him.
Well, I mean, in the wake of what is effectively new business opportunities and stuff, is there any space to initiate some relevant trade goods? Although player Emma doesn't exactly know. I'm sure Kreshia has some rough idea at like additional exports the elves could leverage to this place, considering it's, going directly into manufacturing silver. I know they used to do like gems and residium and stuff there and there. Back down Galavast. Don't know what they've got available these days.
I mean, the thing the dwarves need more than anything else is food. Food and ale. Because that is something they do not produce themselves. And I think elves probably produce at least wine, if nothing else.
Yeah, I mean, they got
Oh.
wine. I mean, they've also probably got enough spellcasters to just do, like, supplementary food itself.
Yeah.
I know that they would be excited to be spending time in a city that was mined out of the ground with a residium bomb. That's gonna feel real fucking good for a long time. That's gonna make you fucking giddy.
So
What's
I'm
the
gonna
word
I'm gonna
again?
ask her. Is this gonna aside from the giant crater this is going to make? Is this gonna have some kind of lingering effect? Like,
Who knows? That's the beauty of it.
oh god.
Hashtag block caps science, block caps.
Yup.
Very
My
genetic.
What's the
god,
word
this is Jeanette.
This is Jeanette
a
the dwarf,
dwarf.
yes.
Jeanette the dwarf. Good god.
Who's Jeanette?
Basically, Science the humanoid. Terrifying scientist in a land of magic.
I have no idea who the hell you're talking about.
A character in
It's
Skow's
a
game.
character of Strays in one of my games.
Okay.
Who has many an occasion initiated some kind of explosion to the associated phrase science.
Jeanette's alignment is science. And I think one of her
Well-
languages is science.
Might be.
Well, here's the hilarious part. Haskern is one of the Covenstone line. What do you
Yeah.
think happens to the rest of them?
Probably early explosion-based death, frankly.
No,
but
they're-
for those that
they're all
survive the
alive.
weaning process.
Don't worry, they're all alive. There's
By
total
some
64
definition of
of them,
alive.
so
Okay, so the joke's already been made, and I don't even feel like bringing up the point because I know what the answer is going to be. But who was with us? What's her name? The hair?
These guys.
Annika, yeah. Annika mentioned how the fucking God damn, I hate my brain.
Annika, Sierra, and Yuna have all gone off to get your mushrooms.
No. Annika mentioned how the whatever it is I'm trying to think of mythical creature.
Hydra.
Whose name is
Hedrah?
Thank you. She mentioned how she theorizes that the Hydra might be mutated due to like maybe eating a stone of Residium. And
Yes.
as much as like magical nuclear fallout has been joked about, I feel like the
Yes.
characters might have an incentive as human beings who do not want to be responsible for radiating the planet might want to mention this. I know we're not stopping the bomb explosion train and no one's going to really make the effort, but I feel like I should mention this just
Haskern
for
has had to work with Residium a lot for this. I will ask his opinion on what would happen if, say, a creature just ate a piece of Residium.
He
What do you think would happen?
thinks about it for a moment as you guys are like pulling up to the watchtower itself. This big, huge stone structure sitting on the top of this foothill, and he says, well, mages back in the old days used to snort the stuff, right? Used to
Yeah.
power themselves up.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
probably get real powerful, yeah? Get magic.
yeah, but here's the thing though, they used up the magical essence that was in it. What happens if they don't know how to use it up?
Well, it'd probably burn up from the inside.
Explode, yeah.
No, burn up.
Yeah, but
Like,
Oh, right, yeah.
turn to cinders.
well,
Mm.
well, here's the thing though, what happens if they can't regenerate?
Well, I guess you'll get to live in horrible agony for the rest of your life as you burn out from the inside, then fill back up over and over and over again. That sounds like a special kind of hell.
Yeah. The whole party's just like shifty eyes at that. Ugh. Poor Hydra.
And it just looks at herself and just checks her skin, and it's still there.
Now, you've probably had
Did
to, like,
any of us
cut
feel
off.
weird? Yeah, did any of us feel weird, like after recovering from getting bathed in radiation?
I mean, you probably felt like the next day you all felt like you'd just gone through chemo, but otherwise,
Yeah,
some
that's
vomiting,
what
and you had to
it is.
probably, like, excise off the mutated flesh, but yeah, it was a bad
Yeah.
day for everybody, but yeah, there's no
Yeah,
lingering
chemo
side effects.
really fucking sucks.
Find
Especially
out
if you
that.
go both, especially if you go like the liquid and straight radiation, like cellular poison and radiation.
Yep.
That shit
Find out
sucks ass so hard, and you're everything. Like, if you could say that you had a soul, you would say that hurt too. Because that's what it feels like. Your entirety aches and hurts.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I'm very glad I've never had to go through it. Very sorry
I
that some
hope
of you
never
have.
have to.
I only have
It's
had
just
the
fucking-
liquid version.
The TLDR is that we should probably not be trusting this in Magic.
Huh?
Well.
No, that's not what we said at all. Magic's
No,
great.
no, no.
I'm done.
Well,
I know.
By DC.
See ya.
I'm still here. I just meant I'm done with the argument. Jeez.
Okay, well.
Okay.
So yeah, the party arrives at this watchtower. A bunch of, posh dwarven nobles spread out around the place, and so they start setting up picnic shit, right? Like they're expecting this to be a great party. There's wine and ale and little sandwiches as Haskern leads a group of servants down into the caldera of this valley, carting this enormous
oh,
bomb.
oh shit! It's in a valley. Oh god.
Why? I don't get it.
Oh god, no. Oh, this is gonna be bad.
Yeah, it's
Why?
fine. So yeah, night starts to fall by the time Haskern and his group of servants and guards get back, and they're reeling behind them this big, long wire. And once they get back, everyone gets behind the side of the tower, which is still mostly intact with some windows on the first floor to shield yourselves. And yeah, Haskern sets up this detonator, which is just going to light a fuse that quickly travels all the way down there. And
Oh,
Barnholt says, "My friends, royalty, countrymen, today marks a new day for the dwarven race, a new day for Karnthold, for all of Aruna. We will bring prosperity back to our country. Just like this." And he reaches for the detonator. Does anyone have anything they'd like to do?
yes, I shoot some glass.
What?
I shoot some glass because trust. It's if the black flame by the yellow top there. If you shoot the glass, you can actually look through. Use it as looking at suns and shit.
Yes, you're making a viewing lens.
I
Yes.
don't want to look at it at all. I'm going to cover my eyes with my hands.
I'll be prepared because I want to see the fucking horror that we created. I will not
I
shun
do not.
from the.
I got big
Death
bulky
light.
ears. Is there a way to plug them a bit?
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
Sure. Make
Got
sure
some.
my ears are plugged, and yeah, I'll
Would it be
ready shield,
racist?
cast mage armor on Mary.
Would it be racist to ask Phaedra for some beeswax?
Yes.
Or would that just be a
What
logical
about some wasp wax?
request to make?
She does not have any wax on her. She has honey. You can have honey. I mean,
Darn.
maybe.
Don't stick honey in your ears, gross.
Yeah.
That's gross.
Alright, so basically the gist is everyone's covering their ears and closing their eyes and getting ready for the shit to go down, right?
Yeah, I cast
Yeah.
magic
Basically.
mage armor on Mary, and I've got shield ready to go if need be.
Alright. So I think the last thing you guys see before Barnholt pulls the plunger is Jeffrey jumps up onto one of the windows and just throws his arms and wings open to the valley below and just
Jeffrey, why?
yells triumphantly as Barnholt plunges it down. And yeah, so welcome to the new map. It's night. Everything goes black for a moment. Just pure utter darkness. And then
Huh.
this
Not
is
what I
all you
would've-
see.
Yes.
Yeah!
Well,
There's just a
I see
moment's
it.
noise. It's not like this huge echoing explosion. It's just boom. And then you see a shock wave of black and brown dirt just hurtling towards you. The ground underneath you
Everybody
quakes and
get
tremors and
down.
threatens to throw you up. the shockwave slams into the side of the tower, knocking
Downtime.
bricks down. They go flying past you. Everyone holds on for dear life as this enormous explosion washes over you. You aren't hurt or anything. You aren't killed, but yeah, you just feel your skin like burning a little bit, like you just have been standing out under a summer sun all day. And yeah, you're
Yes.
ringing in your ears, and everything feels tingly and weird as this ungodly light finally dies down. And I think that's where we're going to leave it, as this enormous detonation just flattens miles and miles around the valley. And you all begin to feel strange and odd, and stones start to lift up off the ground and just sort of float there. Trees crumble into ash, and the branches float off into the aether, and you see huge cracks forming in the earth around you, as the entirety of the Residium marble from the beginning of the campaign is detonated, and a all-consuming conflagration of magical nuclear fire.
That's like what happened in my game in the backstory.
Okay, now I'm actually
It's a gale of us.
Yeah.
Boom.
Fuck yeah.
Alright.
I don't want to set the world.
On fire.
No, shut the fuck up. You wanted this.
I just
I want to-
want to start a flame in your heart.
Yes, DCL. I stood and watched it.
Rip
Frida
your
didn't
eyeballs.
dive down. Yeah, but hey, I had my sort of dance. It's meant for that.
Alright. Well, thank you guys for playing. Let's do XP real quick and call it a session.
I've lost all ambition for worldly acclaim. I just want to be the one.
Did you explore a new or interesting location for the first time?
We
Yes.
fucking
Yeah,
made
a
one.
fucking crater.
Yeah, you just made a new location. Congratulations. Did you discover a new and interesting truth about the world? Yeah, arcane hydra.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you make a new ally or a lasting enemy?
Yes.
What?
I think of the Hydra as a lasting enemy, but we finally got our hands on Phaedra.
Alright, so we
Yes.
can call
Yay,
that
Phaedra.
even.
I'm
Did you
happy
advance or
she's
complete a
around.
quest? Absolutely.
Yes.
You just completed the let's see, what was this quest called again? Just to refresh everybody's
biggest bomb.
memory. Let's
Yeah,
see.
The bomb to end all bombs.
Yeah, the bomb to end all bombs. Yep, you did it. And then did you neutralize a direct threat to the Queen's peace?
If there was anything in that crater, yes.
No. I think you just
No.
pretty much disabled the Queen's peace in about a 6-mile radius. So yeah, good stuff. Mark 4 XP, everybody.
I've updated the quest log to reflect this change to the bomb to end all bombs.
8, 9, so it's the, what, 8th of April? 1373.